Welcome to Dave's Drama Diner. I am your host, Devious Dave Rose. And as always, let's start off our show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those who have chosen to spend their time with us here today. So, let's go to the list. Go up, way up. Shout out to anyone who knows the Friendly Giant. Big ups. We got the Nine God himself, Nicky Nines. It's the Costanza, embracing his whoppishness. We got J-Diz. We've got Festlove, who is now enjoying a lunchtime delight. Glad I could be there for you. Steve Callan. Sorry, that's the first time I fucked up in a long time, but Steve Callan. Extreme Shaft, who's also at work listening. Casey is raw. Glad that you could join us. And I'm sure many more will start to filter in. And as always, woe is me, woe is me. So many thumbs down already. What will I ever do? You know what? I should just stop the show. Oh wait, I forgot. Actually, I didn't. I don't have a vagina, fake or real, and I don't seethe like these fucking trolls who'll never be women. And we're actually going to continue. So please be aware that today's meal does contain quite the amount of spice. So we have a few things to discuss, but let's get down to it, boppers. We have Joe Cronin, who actually went live. I was actually thinking about going live just to have a little hangout here. Just like yesterday. That was a cool stream, actually, I thought. I enjoyed talking about things non-drama related, but then again, when something crosses the desk of Dave Rose, it requires investigation. So some interesting choice of words made by Joe Cronin on his Anything Goes stream. And I'm just, I heard sufficient for me to want to review more. And I would like to address a few things. I think it is, in fact, appropriate because there are obviously a few little Joeys sent over my way, and that's what I call the slip the jabs now. Little comments sent here and there, nice and beautifully ambiguous. So obviously it could apply to just about anybody. But let's listen. Let's just jump right on down to it.
How are you, man? What's up? What's up, Brad? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why I can't believe I got blamed for what happened. I don't know, man. I really appreciated Cora coming on and giving her
I don't know what happened.
Analysis of that situation. I asked Cora to come on, actually. I'm surprised, man, that people are so mad at me. People always get mad at me, man. I think JB said way worse stuff. I was like, I think she's a sweetheart. I asked her to come on.
Well, you did on that show, I do know, that you did say that Dave Rose wants all blacks dead. Or you want... No, sorry. You didn't... My mistake. What was the exact term? Want black people to die. That is a quote from you, Joe. Now, yeah, of course you may have been making a joke, but I think, it's a little tongue-in-cheek as well, because there is that sort of reputation that I've acquired, but also, from people being pussies and stupid, that, these stories get pushed further, and yeah, a beautiful myth appears around Dave Rose. Yeah, that was the exact quote.
I made a joke and,
Everything's a joke. Everything's a joke in life. Come on, man. He's going to try to use the excuse that Monetize This is all about jokes. Monetize This in its golden age, whether it's the first golden age with Tommy C. and Dead on Dave, or the second golden age, which lasted longer and was better, which I was included in. There were just actual proper discussions, mature discussions on tough issues and stuff, whether it be illegal immigration, the political climate. There was a lot of even race. That stuff was discussed, and yet, yeah, that's right. Grouch in Joe's chat. I am reviewing Joe's stuff right now. Hi, he says hi, Dave, in the chat with a little wave. Hi.
Oh my God, bro, it's weird. People can't take a joke. People can.
Well, it depends on the type of joke, honestly, and that's the thing, though. If you're a bad comedian, like for example, Tommy NC does stand up, very terribly, I might add. But yeah, he does stand up, and yeah, he just isn't that good at doing it. I mean, shit, I try jokes that just either go over people's head or just are terrible jokes. I gotta fucking accept that.
Can joke about me all day long. No.
And all night long. All night. But that's the thing, though. It's not all day. I mean, I was busy today early. I woke up early, did a lot of stuff. Fortunately, Dad is still ill, so I'm doing that stuff. But while he's sleeping, and I don't have to attend to him directly, I'm here with you.
Not only can they joke about me, they can lie about me.
Okay, that's where I take an issue with it. Now, joking, that seems to be more of Ken's sort of thing. He's obviously much more jovial. He likes to laugh. And he's just a naturally funny guy and likes to have fun. Dave Rose, obviously much more serious. Rumor has it he never smiled as a child. At least that's the rumor. But, I like my jokes smart and dry and witty and sometimes over the top. But that's just my style, But I just find it very comical that apparently you are stating, this is a blanket statement as if, nobody can take a joke. Nobody understands true comedy, which is what you do.
They can joke about me. They can shit on me all day.
Oh, and the lies. The lies stuff is concerning as well because he insinuated that I was swatting Bullfrog. And as Travis rightfully pointed out the other day, actually the comment under Friday Night Fire by Mitch DC stated that he actually got swatted, and they actually came to him with a SWAT team, with a anti-terrorist tactical force decked out in their fucking gear. Apparently, came with all semi-autos and some automatic weapons. At least that's what I gathered. I could be wrong there, but we're talking about tactical firearms, tactical equipment, and basically they handcuffed him. They forced a blindfold on the guy. So that's some crazy stuff there. But that's swatting, not two people coming for a wellness check. And by the way, I do want to mention this. I am a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. Shout out to all the people who just came in. Real Talk, Metaphor Messiah, It's Bullsy, Foulmouth Ken, JR4 the Third. Okay, I'm going all over the place here. Let me stay focused. Okay, so I had a conversation with Hugh, who I agreed with. I will no longer speak about, and he's made 4 attempts now to contact the police, like, and basically get this, just confirm that the police report is canceled. So he asked me, it's okay for me to just be on the call and mute myself while he calls up. Yeah, I did that 4 fucking times today with the guy. And the problem is, it's the fucking cops. They're retarded. They're like, oh, we're calling you back because of the message you left. Oh, we'll transfer you to the person right now. Voicemail again. 4 times today. 4 times. So the guy's living up to his agreement with me, and I'm living up to mine. So I'm making this clear, and he did ask me to sort of mention that. I've seen the papers, all that sort of thing. But more importantly, is he's doing what he said he was going to do, and which is what I asked. Obviously, to cancel something like a false police report that clearly was falsely based on wrong information. So I want to be honest, while still not directly naming him. That's exactly what I experienced today. And yeah, the police there just, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's just retardedness. But the guys 4 times made the effort to include me on the call to listen to this and to know that he's holding up his agreement. So actually, Mrs. Falmouth Ken in the chat, aka Shannon, says you can't cancel a police report once filed. You can actually. You can. If based on either false information or miscommunication, it can be. It just requires time to explain, okay, well, this is what I initially thought. Now the information that has been proved, they might choose not to close the investigation, but they're getting material information from that person saying, okay, well, this now puts this whole thing into question. So, yeah. Oh, and apparently this is the joke that Joe is referring to. Let's play this quick.
I'd be worried if it was Cora out there.
Monetize this Friday. 266, I believe. Or, I don't know.
Having a cigarette with him.
Yeah, he's ready to fuck her. Like, he grabbed her from my show so quick and now treats her like she's his slave the other night. He was like, I'll send her over to work with you.
Oh,
I'm like,
I got to give you credit.
Hey, I just paused you. Well, he was in my chat the other day, basically castigating her for being on my show and being in my chat. Come on, dude. Fuck off.
Real quick, before I forget, the fact that you didn't throw that bitch off the show last night when she was telling that horrendous story about the person, like the dude or whatever that's missing and the dead shit. Like, how did you put up with that for like 20 minutes?
Oh, man. Like, I asked her to come on and do it.
That was shame on you then. That's not even...
Okay, so that's the joke. Okay, also breaking news. Apparently, R. Kelly convicted for kid trafficking. Shannon replies, it's about time, Ken. I actually replied before I saw that saying, nice. And I say, fuck that pedo. And, yeah, that guy's a piece of garbage. And, yeah, he's going to be a prison bitch soon enough. Let's continue.
I can want to kill myself over everybody just shitting on me all day long, every day. Oh but God forbid I make an on-air joke right to people's faces about something. And then, I thought JB was way more savage, talking about her weight, saying she sucks, like all that stuff. I just simply made a joke about her being a slave or something. I don't understand.
Or something. I always love how it's or something, but...
understand how that isn't seen as a joke. But
Well, because you're still very sour about Drew not working with you, and yeah, you like to slip the jab, Rock.
hey, whatever. I guess people only have sense of humor when it comes to me or other things. But
No, not at all. I love I do love to laugh. I mean, I might not laugh that often, but just doesn't mean I'm not laughing on the inside. It's just that to get a physical reaction out of me, you got to be good. Ken's good. Nikki's good. Do I even have to fucking mention Cunny Chris or fucking Filthy Mouth Gamer? Those guys are fucking hilarious. Shannon's got some great zingers. There's a lot of people out there that are fucking funny that I consider funny as well.
if you joke about them, oh man, you're in trouble. Which
I gave you props the other day when you said you got to switch off that cunt Rose shit, and I thought that was funny, actually. There's times where you say funny things, Joe. There is. I mean, shit. You're ignoring, like, it's just so great that how you can just ignore all the previous experience and work that we've done in the past where you've made me fucking laugh my ass off.
which is so stupid because like me joking about someone is usually like endearing. It's supposed to be. That's all we do on this show. My job is to make people.
Well, that's a thing. I mean, even though many of my jokes fall flat or aren't understood properly because of the lack of certain knowledge, which is fine. Okay, my jokes are a little highbrow. I find it very disingenuous that you're sort of just trying to make this blanket statement to attempt to just make it look like that you're always right when it comes to comedy, and anyone who would even question your comedic style or implementation is the crazy one.
Laugh and to make a joke about anything. So, of course, I said it on the show the other night. I asked her to come on. I appreciated it. She's a sweetheart. That's what I said.
To my knowledge, you actually asked Drew to go on first, and he couldn't do it. So you asked Cora.
JB said way worse. Nobody mentioned that. Nobody said anything about what JB said. They just said, oh, you
want to see worse? Listen to me on Friday. How about that? Cash me outside.
Said this, so you're a scumbag. Okay. I don't know. So, figure it out, man. It's all manipulation. I'm not going to joke about anybody anymore.
Just stop with this. This is so melodramatic. Plus, I liked your cunt Rose joke. That was fucking funny. Because I love comedy that's based on reality. I mean, like I said the other day, listen back to Friday night. There's no argument there for me.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to joke about anybody in the chat or in the, nothing. I won't joke about anybody anymore because everybody else can joke about anybody. But
That's bullshit.
Cannot joke about anything.
No, but this is, oh my God, it's apples to fucking rocks. There's no comparison. It's just, you can joke all the time, all you want. But the thing is, though, if you're starting, first of all, people have an issue with the suicide thing because it becomes so often that, and those of us who actually have dealt with people who, are at a very difficult point of their life, start to suspect something's up. Once in a while, a little suicide joke or something implemented in a proper way could be funny, but yes, this show is so bad I want to stick my head in a vat of acid. Yeah, okay, that could be funny, but like constant, like I want to kill myself. People start to suspect, does Joe need help? Like, do we need to get involved here, intervene somehow? Because no matter how much you want to try to portray it, Joe, nobody wants to see harm come to you in this. Well, of the good people, and yes, I am one of those good people. But regardless, is the fact that nobody wants to see harm come to you. In fact, they want you to stop being a hypocrite and stop and go back to the way you were.
If I joke about, oh, WWE made me want to end myself, that's not okay. Travis TLC, that's not okay to make a joke about that, right, Dr. Earl? That's not funny there, but if someone else's show does it, I like it. But
I don't actually hear any suicide jokes from Ken's show. I don't do those jokes at all. So I'm not really sure where this is coming from here. And also, the thing is, though, this put things into perspective there, Shannon. This is where Dave Rose does have compassion, is that Dr. Earl's one of Dr. Earl's girlfriends committed suicide. She overdosed. And, obviously it's a touchy subject for the guy. And, the guy can take a joke. Shit, the guy can take jokes about his physical appearance, about the way he talks and stuff. He laughs it off and he just continues. But, once in a while, a joke like that wouldn't affect Dr. Earl. But just like everyone else, when they start to see it's so repetitive, they have to question why you're purposely trying to bring that up. I mean, like, comedians, I know this because I observe them. I might not be one. But again, I don't need to be a lawyer to know the law. Same fucking thing. So I understand that comedians do mix up their jokes so that it's not always the same fucking joke. So if it's a fucking joke, okay, but to hear it almost every fucking show, sorry, dude, not my fault Ross sucks so much, but come on.
Because now we don't like Joe, I just say Joe's bad person. You ever notice that?
Do you ever notice that you cannot talk like Dr. Earl the way I can? Fucking faggot!
You ever notice that? Everyone's a hypocrite. And some of you in the chat...
Everyone's a hypocrite. Does that include yourself, sir? So comical.
Just go along with it. Some of you guys just go along with it. You don't even call it out. You don't care. You don't care. You're like, oh, it's just a targeted thing on Joe, but we'll just go along with it. So I don't even believe most of the people that I talk to. So that's my reaction to it. You asked for my reaction to it. That's my reaction. Is I think people are crybaby bitches.
Never punched a hole in my wall, but never punched a hole in my wall or waffled a microphone or broken my Xbox or nothing like that.
And they can make stuff up about me.
No, you keep trying to use this lie. Okay, shall we go back to the time where Jesse and I tried to confront you for the way you were acting? And I've got the screenshots. I've shown them. I think it's the sermon of Dave Rose where I show them. 10-hour stream, fucking super stream. Fact is, you lied about to your audience. You lied about the reason why Jesse and I confronted you, what happened during that event, and what the results were of that. So that was a blatant lie, which I exposed, and yet you want to continue to live on this, oh, I was being bullied by people who were supposedly your friends, and were trying to help you out.
Talk about me for hours every day, so that, I'm like, oh, every friend I ever had hates me, I guess?
This fucking, oh my God, this drivel is just fucking bad. It's like, every friend I had, hates me. Can you just maybe start to acknowledge the fact that if everyone is pointing out a particular thing that's wrong with you, that the problem's with you and not them? Is it so difficult? Is this so much of an issue when it comes to ego that you can't just, use critical thinking to sort of understand that, if all these people are saying the exact same thing about me and all these people have just said, okay, I'm fed up with this shit. I can't deal with this shit no more. Could it be possible that you can even comprehend the possibility that you may in fact be wrong?
But it's not okay for me to, literally on the air, right to your face, make a wink joke about, oh, someone's a slave or a joke. Yeah, I get it, bro. I was actually told.
Well, I guess it's okay when it's only white people, right? You'd certainly not make that joke about a black person, right?
Not to speak to her ever again yesterday. That's what she said to me. I was like, are you really mad at me? But I bet other people could speak to her. I didn't even say anything.
Don't be a YR. Don't be like, well, what about them? What about them? Nobody's talking about them. What the fuck are you talking about?
That bad. I said I was happy she came on and gave her reaction the other day on the show. I was very happy. I was like, I wanted her to do that. I liked it. JB didn't like it. I don't know if JB might have been joking. I don't even know. He might have been joking. But if you put a column up of insults, it's that was a goofy, silly one. And there were real other ones that I don't even know if they were real or not. But it's just always me, bro.
Is it real or not? Also, is it always you? Well, again, if 11 co-hosts have left you, or 12, and they keep saying the same thing, logic would dictate that you would sort of understand that.
It's always me, right? It's very clear to see what goes on. That's about all, that's all I can say about that. Every little thing I do is nitpicked to death. But other people can just go nuts.
Like me? You want to go nuts? Let's go nuts. Like that great line from Michael Keaton in Batman 1989. But yeah, so it's clearly, apparently I can go nuts, you know, like I have the permission to go nuts, but no, he can't address me. You address me all the time and address Ken and all these other people, slip the jabs with the little Joeys. But like, it's just funny. It's like, okay, so you don't have the opportunity to do what Dave Rose does and to go multiple hours and just expose you. So therefore that's bad. But I'm going nuts, right?
Right? It's clear as day. I hope I do kill myself soon. And
is this a joke again? Because, like, come on, dude. Well, unless your insurance is really good, that might be. And in fact, you know what? I'd say don't even fucking kill yourself. Just fake your death, get your wife to cash in on the insurance, and, you know, daddy goes to live in Mexico, and there's a, you know, every 4 months or so, there's a nice little trip of the family to go visit Uncle Pedro, who is Joe Cronin. And, yeah, I mean, you make out like kings.
And then people are like, oh, damn. Wow. Oops. You know, maybe we pushed this guy way too far by literally breaking down everything he does every day.
They pushed this guy way too far, huh? Okay.
Day talking shit about him left and right, and then me having to deal with answering people all the time.
Okay, this is your problem, dude. Like, this is not an us problem. This is a you problem. And by the way, I'd suggest anyone in a relationship utilize that line against their significant other. You know, if they want to start bitching and complaining, it's like, is this an us problem or is this a you problem? So if they, you know, if they're bitching about somebody at work and they're angry, well, as long as they recognize that that aggression should not be taken out on their significant other, it's appropriate. So, you know, that's a good way to analyze that strategy. But this is a you problem, Joe. Okay, so all these people, you know, confront you or whatever. It's like, you owe them an answer? I mean, don't you feel justified? Like, if you're right, if you're correct, and your stance is correct, then don't you feel justified in responding to all of them? Or are you just getting tired of tripping up on your own lies?
To people that come to me and go, why did you do this? And I go, I didn't do that. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, someone said you did.
Then what the fuck do you care?
Guys like the Swerved Show who said, oh, I blocked you on Twitter because of what other people said about you. What did they say about me? What? You don't like me. I don't.
Well, sounds like he's a retard. I don't know. I mean, like, this is just pointless bitching.
I didn't say that. Oh, I heard that.
This is a you problem.
I literally don't really have any problem with anybody. But
That's bullshit. You still are very, very seething about Ken. You still have concern about me. Yeah, come on.
I do have a problem when on my show, which is made for jokes. Sorry, that's what it's made for.
Well, it is, I guess, shock jock humor. But again, look back at the golden ages of Monetize This, and you'll see that it wasn't exclusively humor, and that balance actually allowed it to be as successful as it became.
If you don't know Monetize This, if you go listen to Monetize This, it is nonstop shit talking.
Go back to the second golden age with me, JB, where we'd get into some great political discussions. We'd talk about what's going on in the world, space and stuff, and then we'd move into the comedic.
Everybody, right? If you don't know that, how do you not know that? No pussy.
What is that, a Joe Biden statement? If you know Biden statement? If you know that, then how do you not know that?
He's allowed? Hello? Everybody. Right? If you don't know that, how do you not know that? No pussies allowed? Hello?
Then why did you punch your wall or waffle your fucking mics? Come on. Come on, Cam.
It's like I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. But yes, please.
Could be because you required a GED. Could be because you were born genetically deficient. Could be that just because it's your ego that's causing you to do this. I don't know.
Please never talk to me again. I don't know why you know that. No pussies allowed? Hello? It's like I don't understand it. I don't get it, man. But yes, please never talk to me again.
Oh.
I don't know why you'd talk to me. My God. Now, like, I could understand if you know you wanted to shit on me back a little bit and make fun of me back. That's funny. I'm down with that, like, all day. Let's go. But to actually be like, don't ever talk to me again. And to only bring up my goofy joke about, like, oh, you know, you're a slave to somebody. Like, how is that not, how do you not know that's a joke? You know what?
Well, just like when Tommy does stand-up, if it's just so poorly executed, and I'm guilty of this too, nobody understands it's a joke. That's how it works. Either you're a good comedian, or you're not a good comedian. I fall in the latter. But the fact is, I can recognize that, and I also recognize that's how it fucking works. Yeah, some people can't tell a joke when it's just told so poorly that it just doesn't compute.
Why? Because you don't like me. That's what it is.
No, Joe. It's not that we don't like you. Do I have issues with what you've said, what you've done? Yes. But it's not like I wish you harm. I always told you that the thing was, I just still can't comprehend how someone who is as talented as you isn't hired by SiriusXM. But on that note, and I said that for years to Joe Cronin. Let's not get it twisted. Now, let us welcome the lovely and talented Cora.
Oh, don't forget, I'm a fat SJW cunt who's a slave to Drew.
So,
don't forget
so
those
goes the
labels.
rumor.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck what they think? It's just so stupid. I just had to call in and say thank you to you and all the other people who show support and kindness to me that I feel I've earned by being a nice person. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you for those nice comments.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I showed you a text log of what I sent to Joe after the fact. Did I in no way say don't speak to me ever again?
I'd have to go back and look at it, but I don't remember seeing that at all.
Exactly.
That would have probably stood out to me if, in fact,
I basically just said, really, that's how you're going to treat me after I come on and try to help you. Take care, Joe. That's all I wrote. Then he comes into Drew's chat last night.
Wow.
And then he sends a donation trying to give a wrestling update on a show that doesn't cover wrestling. Whatever, so be it. And then he says in the chat, cute name, Coro, ha ha, you know, and throws JB under the bus for all of it. And so I throw a crack back saying, you know, I'm just a slave. I'm not allowed to talk to you. You need to refer your messages to my master, Drew. He then messages again saying, I guess JB didn't like your segment or your info. And I write back, there's no further need to speak to me, Joe. So maybe that's what he's referring to. But it was a joke about the slave thing in open chat on Drew's channel. I never once personally reached out to him saying, don't talk to me.
Wow, that's quite the revelation.
Yeah.
That's not exactly, well, actually, it's no way, in fact, the way he described it. That's concerning.
Mm-hmm. I have the log. I have the log in Drew's DM because I sent it to him as DM in case he didn't see the chat.
Cora, do you want me to kick the shit out of him?
No. Hi, Ken. This is what I
Sure,
want.
because I'm going to Boston in a week and a half. Sure,
this is what I really want.
What do you want?
I want Joe to go on his merry way, have his show, do his own thing, and just leave me out of his shit. I tried to be nice and help him after
let
having
me kick
some
the
civil
shit out of him.
distance.
Come on, just tell me you want me to kick the shit out of him already.
No, I don't. I want him to just learn from this and accept it. I was talking to someone last night, and I said there's a difference in a connection, whether it's friendship or romantic or business ending, and it just being like, okay, that time has passed. I'm going to move on and live my life and leave you alone and be civil and respectful. And then
Man,
there's
you sound like one of his old co-hosts. Holy shit.
I'm going to harp on it. I'm going to be an ass about it. I'm going to be ridiculous about it. All I'm asking is for the first one. I don't even have an issue with Joe on a personal level. I wish him and his family well.
Maybe one day he'll offer you $300 to come onto the show one night out of nowhere, if you leave for long enough.
Oh, you should see what Drew said in the chat, Ken. Someone needs to kick the shit out of your cell phone provider. But anyways,
well, Drew, listen, Drew sells cheese, so you can't really take him serious.
But in all seriousness, that's all I want. I want peace and civility and to be left alone. I only went on to help because Drew was really tired. And Dave, you know all this, but maybe other people don't. I was trying to help and be nice. Joe genuinely wanted to have an update about the case. I showed Dave the DMs that I, was trying to help, and Joe even thanked me for it. And then he shit on me for it. And
what about what Joe? What about what JB said to you? Because that was even worse.
What did he say?
I didn't threw him under the bus for it.
Hold on, I did not witness this. So obviously, I didn't get the clip. But what did Joe say? What did JB say?
JB has a stick up his butt about calling me some fat giant slob who.
Meanwhile, he's never seen her. He's never even seen her.
Well, it's his business to have his own opinion of me, and I'll be honest, I know people who say they have good personal relationships with JB, so I can respect that maybe it's just a shtick on the show, but...
Yeah, but you know what? You call a woman that, especially somebody who's in our community.
I don't really care what he thinks.
That's fine. You don't have to care. You don't have to care. I'm just saying, from another man's perspective, shit like that gets you slapped in the fucking mouth from where I'm from. So, but, it's all good. I understand what you're saying.
Well, there's a difference between, I mean, the thing is, Go ahead.
No, just go ahead. I'm just rambling.
No. I was just about to say that, I can be a little chauvinistic if you wish on shows and stuff, but I don't go. Yeah,
but dude,
I don't go to appearance.
Dave,
I don't go to fucking that.
Yeah, Dave,
but
come
you don't
on,
make it
Dave.
Personal.
It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even personal. It's always just to rile people up and fucking start the fires.
Yeah,
right.
It's not even close, bro. It's a whole different thing.
And it could have been a setup. Joe could have contacted JB saying, "Let's pick on Cora. Bring your A game. I don't want to be the bad guy at first."
Could be.
Who knows?
Could be.
And JB could have had no context prior to this. Who knows? All I'm saying is Joe needs to take responsibility because it was on his show and it was his content, and he chose to invite Drew and accepted Drew's offer to send me over as his replacement, and could have said no. Joe didn't have to have me on the show.
Drew released you for the night. That was very nice of him.
It was nice to get out of my chains and get out of my hole for the night.
Yeah, that was nice. They didn't let you out like that,
Mrs. Falmouth Ken in the chat makes a great point. She says, JB hated when someone talked about his wife and her looks and how it would crush her, but it's okay to do it to others.
Yeah, because there's a double standard all over that channel. That channel should be called
What are you talking about? We're the hypocrites here, right?
Yeah. It should be called monetized double standards.
And if he wants to have a joke channel, then have a fucking joke channel. But don't pretend to have serious segments on there.
Exactly.
Take it seriously one day.
Exactly.
Change the fucking narrative the next day. Go, ha, that's just a joke. It's like, no, you don't get to, no.
I love when he says he doesn't dabble in the drama, Joe. Meanwhile,
Ken's call just cuts off when he's about to get to the fucking
spice.
I
thought it was me. But anyways, I don't want to dominate your show, Dave.
No,
I just want to
you're more than,
say
hey,
a few
he
words.
just was talking big about you, and I think it's important that you get your time to speak whatever you wish on the topic.
I didn't
watch it, so I don't know what fucking went down.
I'm going to show Joe a great example and take the high road and be the bigger person, JB, and just be humble and move on and not give a fuck about it and let them do whatever they're going to do and mind my own business. So, yeah. That's
looks
where
like
I'm at.
Ken probably got called. That his phone automatically goes to pause when somebody calls. So, looks like
that does happen.
Some sort of communication.
I've experienced that when I've been on a call on Drew's channel and my brother calls. But how are you, Dave? How's your day been?
A challenge as always, but still alive, still kicking, and still ready to dive deep into all that needs to be dove into.
Well, thank you for being so kind and representing the truth, and I appreciate what you do, and I don't have much more to say other than that.
Well, I appreciate you calling in to give
frankly,
your take on the situation, because obviously you were being talked about, and it's only appropriate for you to be able to address what is being said about you.
Yeah. So, JB, here's this. If you ever want to speak to me to clear up whatever issue you seem to have with me, Drew knows how to connect me with you. So reach out to Drew, since I'm his slave and I can't, have communication without him.
Stop taking the high road, Cora. You're making them look bad.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here and let you get back to your wonderful art form of telling it how it is. And I don't care if that sounds like I'm kissing ass. That's
No,
what
I am somewhat eccentric, and I guess what I do is it could be considered an art form. So yeah,
It
I
is.
appreciate.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you later, Dave. Bye.
All right, take care, Cora. All right, there goes the lovely and talented Cora, and Ken is still on pause, but while we wait for him to potentially return, let us get back to these words.
Don't joke about me because I don't like you. It's not about, JB called me fat and all these other things that, JB said. It's just me. It's just me. How dare I make a joke? How dare I make a joke about anything on my show ever?
No, see that now you're just totally misconstruing things. It's like, if you make a funny joke, yeah, great. But if you make a joke that is continual and makes people think that you are suffering from severe depression and need assistance, I think it's appropriate for that to be called out.
You can make jokes about me all day. You can make jokes about me.
First of all, I don't stream all day. Second of all, I'm not as skilled as you are at slipping the jab. Although I'm not bad. I mean, you're a master there when it comes to that. So, yeah, we got to consider that.
And then you can make stuff up about me and slang.
I don't make stuff up about you. I don't slander you. However, your statements about me potentially being a swatter could be considered slanderous.
Slander me. You can attack my Twitter account and other account and everything.
Lucky for everyone, I'm no longer on Twitter thanks to YR. So
you can do whatever you want to Joe.
That's bullshit. It's. Imagine this, people. Imagine this. Even back, say, when George W. Bush got elected, there were many people on the radio and talk radio, even on TV, that were properly and rightfully criticizing him. So that apparently is a bad thing to do. If you're a talk show host, if you ran a blog or a podcast, it's a bad thing to do for you to review what's on the public record and break it down for either the lies, the deceit, or the misdirection that occurs in them. That's bad.
You can go tell people that like me that I'm a scumbag until they try to believe it. And then eventually...
Like what happened with Ken and Blake there in New York City, that fateful night, or so goes the legend.
They come back and they go, wow, I was manipulated. Sorry, Joe. It's okay. Just happens. Just I deal with it every day. Oh, man, well, I hope you forgive me. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Imagine me having to explain this. This is YouTube, by the way. So if you don't know what YouTube's like, this is YouTube. It is hell. Trust me. This has become awful. YouTube was awesome in like 2013, 14, 15, 16.
That is correct. It was. But then Obama started to impose certain rules. Again, you voted for him once and cheered for him the second time. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. And this is what it brought you.
17, 18. It had its little rocky points. I did get some experience with some greedy psycho people in the past.
Love how you don't name them.
People that are nuts that will do anything. Like, it's very strange.
Does that include me? I want to be nuts.
But
how about these nuts?
Never, has YouTube ever been as bad as it is now? It's just the worst. Like, people here are the worst. And it works. That's the problem. Nice guys finish last. I don't think I'm a nice guy, but, it is true. If you just keep your mouth shut and don't say much, you just get buried, at that point. I just don't say much about it. So
I certainly am no nice guy. So.
But to your question about that, that's all I have to say about it. I don't know what to tell you.
The truth would be nice.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind how.
Well, I mean, thinking too hard seems to hurt you, and you appear to be one that has just thrown away any possibility of critical thought and has gone straight to the emotional.
Sick and weird people are. What are you going to do? I will never talk about people again.
Bullshit. But you will keep slipping the jabs and the little joeys.
I'll talk even less about people now. I talked less about people
Bullshit.
before. I will really talk less about people now. Because, oh my God, try to involve somebody in something and just, it just gets destroyed. It just gets runaway train, you're a bad guy. Now, I could understand if you wanted to joke with me back. That's great. Joke at me on the show or call me or say something in the chat or fuck with me. That's great. That's the banter back and forth is hilarious. That's great. That's great.
You'll never have the banter that JB and I had. Nor will you ever have the banter that I and either Cunny Chris or Shannon or Filthy have. Strange how those last three individuals are exclusively located on the FEMOF network, but not a surprise.
Great stuff. Or you could come to me and say, I didn't like that.
Well, actually, it's funny because I and many others have done exactly that. We've gone to you in the private and said, I didn't like that. And you then start saying, oh, you people are trying to bully me. Or you don't respond at all to the fucking message.
This is why. Okay. But no, it's just crybabyism and SJW stuff,
Well, I guess you would know, right?
And the fun
SJW stuff, I know that he's trying to do a blanket statement, a nice ambiguous, what's the proper word? Whatever. He's trying to just claim everyone is guilty of the exact same crime, and
no, it's just crybabyism and SJW.
Oh yeah, so it's just SJWism. I've never seen more SJWs than in Joe's chat, ever. You don't see that shit in Ken's chat. You see a few people that are fruity or just extremely ignorant about reality, but there's nothing close to what you see in Joe's chat, where you got that Nick Carter guy, or I got to look back to see what he changed his name to, or no, Nick Lewis. He changed his name to Parker. This guy's pure pro Bernie, anti anything that's reasonable. He's a piece of shit. And he takes donations from Joe, and he's constantly interacting with Joe. That's one of the many extremes that I've seen. Joe really has a big portion of his audience being SJWs. And I fought with them.
Stuff, And the funny thing is, so many people hated this person before, and I defended her, and now those people love her, and I'm a scumbag. It's just, nobody is real. Let me just tell you that right now. Nobody is real.
You're sounding like a certain someone who shan't be named, and when you start to lose grasp of reality as to what's real and fake, I highly urge you to pursue some sort of medical assistance.
It's all about money for people.
Not for Dave Rose. He certainly doesn't have Streamlabs. He's been lucky enough that people were willing to donate using PayPal, which isn't everyone's preferred payment plan. But it's certainly not about the money for me. Because I could be doing all this stuff. I could be setting up a Patreon, a fucking stream, all that stuff. That's not the point. And let's just be honest here. Ken is just being way too fucking generous with this whole thing when it comes to like handing out belts to people and stuff. You know what's paying for that? People's donations. And Ken himself. Like it's not about making money with Ken. If money comes in and there's money to hand out to people on, who do the show, Ken does it because that is the type of guy he is. But if there's no donations or it's just like I want to spend on something like the when he did the competition, the rap battle, he was paying that out of his own pocket to send those awards and stuff, or the award. Like, it's not about the money when it comes to Ken. Ken is just so transparent when it comes to this. This is about him and having fun. And if something comes his way, hey, great, but it's not even the focus.
It's all about just money and just pretending to be something in front of an audience. That's all it is for so many.
Yes, I'm pretending to be to being intelligent. In fact, I am just what I said. I'm unintelligent. What do I know?
People do. That's what it is. It's playing a part on YouTube. So many people do it, and I know it because I've seen it a million.
Say my name.
Times over. Nobody really cares. I actually care. If you do something to my...
I care about Nicky and his family. I care about Ken and his family. Well, now if I start to fucking name people who aren't hosts, then people are like, oh, you're sucking dick, this and that. But, like, I could start naming people off who have just interacted with me privately and stuff, who have shown appreciation for what I've done and just randomly send me a message. And honestly, it's in the hundreds now. It's like, yeah, I really appreciate your stream. We don't talk much. I'm currently not in your chat because of the thing, but I've watched you for this, and I agree with that. And did you check this out? And like, I would love to go, through acknowledging every single person who's either reached out to me, to either show that appreciation and gratitude, or that were just willing to interact with me and say, I know I don't I know you don't like me, and I know and I don't like you, but are you willing to have a conversation? Are you willing to discuss things and stuff? And yeah, that I appreciate too. The honesty and the willingness to be upfront and to seek out a proper solution. So I think there's a big difference between what I do and what I'm portrayed to do. Quick message here that was just, I guess, sent to me in the chat here of the channel. When have I ever claimed, this is Cora saying, whenever I claimed to or tried to play a part on YouTube, I'm just myself. For fuck's sake, not everyone is going to be doing a work or putting an act on. Yeah, that is also a good point. So let's continue.
Friend, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to flip out. I will burn a bridge instantly if you do something to my friend. I will flip out. But when someone does something horrific to you, and then your friends don't even care about that. Like, that you don't really have friends. Like, I'm just telling you right now, YouTube is psychotic.
That's not YouTube. That's you. This is a you problem. Again, I know it's you and you, but dude, what the fuck? Like, this is... Look, this is bullshit, okay? Let me break it down. Okay? Serious. Let me break it down. I had sailed away from Joe Cronin, and I really have to catalog this so I can give you the exact time and so forth. But okay, so I sailed away from Joe Cronin because Tommy C and Dead on Dave demanded that I treat Tommy and C, 2010, as a fucking autistic moron. I refused. So they start character assassinating me. I'm fired from the show, and because they are featured stars on Joe's channel, I choose to sail away. I don't want that fucking conflict because I'm going to have to deal with these fucking morons on a consistent basis. Remember, this is where Joe called into Tommy's show with a soundboard of me and convinced him it was me, so Tommy went even further overboard. And, oh, god damn it, why am I... My fucking...
You know that you don't really have friends. Like, I'm just telling you right now, YouTube is psychotic.
That's not YouTube, that's you. This is a you problem. Again, I know it's you and you, but... Dude, what the fuck? Like, this is... Look, this is bullshit, okay? Let me break it down. Okay? Serious. Let me break it down. I had sailed away from Joe Cronin, and I... Oh, okay, I remember now. Okay, so here's the thing. Sailed away. Tommy C, Dead on Dave, still on the show. Now, I was hanging with Graham at that point, and he did a show or a channel called I can't even remember now. I've got the links. Regardless, is Reckless TV. Thank you, Reckless TV. So I was hanging with him. This guy served in the military, and basically, Joe did this whole thing where he got mad at Dead on Dave, so he created the cardboard box effigy of Dead on Dave, and then he proceeded to fuck it live on air. And when that happened, both Graham and me were talking in the background, like, this shit's going down. Like, we got to step in here to try to see if we can maybe help this situation out, because we know that they're both going to go to war. So both him and I actually stepped into it, and yes, he was black. So again, the myth is dispelled. I do work with black people doing shows, but yeah, we stepped in real quick. We started to message people and try to like get sort of a peace plan in place, and it did eventually go that way, but it went nuclear real quick. When Joe did that, and both Graham and I saw the necessity, because we appreciated what Joe was doing and we wanted to help him out even though we weren't working with him, to try to assist. So I think it's important that point be raised, and that people understand exactly how history played out, and not the fucking story that Joe's trying to fucking revise history with.
It is a sad place unless you just stick to your own thing and show. It is insane. So that is my long-winded answer to your question.
Well, I cover my stuff, and then there's the drama, which covers a lot of stuff. So I mean, yeah, it is insane. But are you just admitting that you don't have the intestinal fortitude to be able to, to fight all full 12 rounds?
That you had about the situation. I loved what she did. I loved her analysis. I wanted her to come on and do that. She didn't have to do that for me. I really appreciated her coming on and giving us that moment. I liked it. I don't think JB liked it, or he was joking. I don't know if he was joking or not. I'm assuming he didn't really like it, so then he joked about it.
Why? What did she ever do to JB? What issue did they ever have?
And that's what I'm assuming he did. And my thing was so ridiculously a joke, obviously, that I thought people would enjoy it. And, I thought they would get a kick out of it. But I guess not, right? So, like, don't joke about me. So I should have known that. But, hey, all I can say is I'm sorry if I hurt people's feelings. I think it's pretty obvious that I see someone as valuable and important when I take 20 minutes of my show and I go, yes, I want you on to do what you do.
Meanwhile, back when Joe was stringing me along about Final Frontier News, he keep messaging me like, yeah, we're going to do Final Frontier News today. Be ready at 3 p.m. It's like, Joe, you around? Joe, are you there? No, dude, sorry, I fell asleep or something, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it this day at this time. Okay. Joe, hello? Anybody there? Oh, sorry, dude, something came up and...
do that. That means I like what you bring to the table a lot.
Well, apparently you said that you liked what I did. Again, with the Final Frontier News, we came to the agreement that we were going to do that full time, or I was going to spearhead that. And it all came to naught. But that's, I mean, again, this whole, oh, I appreciate what you do, and yet I can't even get in contact with you when I was working with you, and when you supposedly considered me your friend. That, I think, speaks volumes.
You know? Why would I have you on if you weren't good? If I didn't think what you were doing was valuable? You know?
No, it's deeds speak. That's the thing. Deeds speak. So it's not just having somebody on. It's, you know, if you come to an agreement, if you state you're going to do certain things and you don't do them, and that happens on such a consistent basis that it becomes a pattern, it becomes very clear that you're the one who doesn't respect that friend. You can say it all you want, but it's clear by your actions because deeds speak.
No, it's like everything joking about you means I think you're valuable.
No, see, this now, it's too bad that I don't have Travis available or Seaman, who is enjoying his time on the seas. No pun intended. But to be able to basically analyze this. Now, let's hear the phrase again.
Valuable. You know, it's like everything joking about you means I think you're valuable.
Okay, now if many of you have the ability to rewind your mind back to when you were 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, or maybe even older, where maybe somebody had a crush on you. Could have been a girl, could have been a guy. Hopefully you were the opposite sex of that person. And they basically sort of treated you like shit because they had a crush on you. It's a psychological issue of somebody who is got an infantilized mind, and it's obviously not very healthy, but it is very indicative of a psychological condition of an individual who has not matured sufficiently to understand that there are better ways to show appreciation to others than doing what is clearly the opposite of what is appreciation. It's like you help somebody, like say somebody helps Joe out and he's like, you're a fucking piece of shit. It's like, Joe, I just spent 4 hours on, helping you on this video. Oh, it was just a joke. It's like, but that's a terrible joke. Oh, well, you don't know comedy. But it doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm sure you guys see what I'm saying here, but he was complaining about having to explain things. I'm having to explain things that should have been understood in kindergarten.
If that makes any sense. But, you take part in people joking about me and slandering me.
Is that referring to me? Because, I'm on Ken's show, and, he does throw some digs at you. And I do laugh at them. And sometimes I will mention your name. Not too often you mention mine. But, I can't... Again, it's just like the Tony thing. It's like I can't retort to a statement that was made to me about this. I mean, you're slipping the jabs all the time, so I can't do the same. Again, this was always your thing, dude. Slipping the jab was always your thing. So I thought, hey, why not? Let's... Again, I'm willing to go to whatever level you want. You want to raise yourself up and, ride the high road? I'm a fucking emperor. Of course I'd do that. I've got blue blood. But if you want to dig deep into the fucking dirt and into the mud, I will fucking wrestle the shit out of you. Cora, you are back.
I wanted to say what he's talking about right now is not you. He's talking about the fact that on Drew's show last night, he and I were making all sorts of jokes about him and the shit he said about us.
Well, see, this is where my point yet again gets proven, is that when you continue to be ambiguous, well, people are going to get the conception or misconception that you're talking about them. But that's the thing, though. I still kind of think have you not noticed when he makes statements like this that they're so wide-ranging that potentially they can, and they do very often, apply to more than just one individual?
And there is another purpose to that in that if he gets called out on it by one person, he can say, "Oh, I meant that, not you."
Exactly. I've been calling this
It's
shit
a
out for
deflection
ages.
tool.
But it's a very strategic move. He knows what he's doing. By being ambiguous, he has the ability to claim I just had that term.
Indifference or ignorance.
No, it's a military term. It's I can't remember. My mind's not working today.
I'll be quiet if it helps.
No. It's just me. Yeah, just
okay.
I got a lot on my mind. So
I mean, and honestly, we didn't even joke that much. I mean, it was just the slave thing with my name and us joking about it, and his name was mentioned maybe once or twice, but it was just responding to the joke he made. We didn't actually slander his character in any way. I mean, this is the worst thing I said.
Sorry, it was plausible deniability. That's the term I was trying to get.
There we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So what were you trying to do?
The worst thing I said all night on the show was, well, if someone does have a right to, label people, he claims to be God, so God deemed me a slave. That's the worst thing I said.
Well, that's a good way to play his game because, again, he does claim to be a god, and you are basically adhering to his supposed rules. But when you call him out on it, oh, no, how dare you?
Nobody was slandering him. It was just a goof of it. It's not going to go on forever. It was just like a last night thing. Like, nah.
Yeah, he does like to use that word slander about, when anybody talks about him and stuff. And if you call him a liar, oh, that's slander. It's like, but I can prove that you lied. So how is that slander?
You'd think he'd be flattered that we're even bringing it up and continuing the work.
I'm honored when people give me thumbs down, just proving how butthurt they are. I mean, living rent-free in all these people's minds. Simo made a video earlier. All these people making videos and comments about me, like on videos and stuff. It's just like, well, I guess I've been proven correct now. And obviously that's the reason why they're seething so badly, because they just can't get to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. It's similar to Joe, where it's like they can't get to you, but you continue to comment on them, and they've got no recourse other than to try to seethe and rage. And it amounts to naught, Oh, I give a thumbs down. That'll get Dave Rose to stop streaming, or that'll show him.
Actually, just proves to YouTube that people watch your content.
Well, exactly. It's just people, whose minds I live in rent free, and they have no control over, and it obviously upsets them a lot. But again,
I just had an idea for you for one of your shows. You should get a Monopoly board and put all these names of people whose brains you live in rent-free on each square and make it a graphic on your screen. Like property you own.
Actually, that's not too bad. Normally that might entice them, but if, just like you said, actually, if I was to, properly define them as slaves, then, yeah, that would most definitively cause them some massive rage. Now, I want to bring this point up here. Like, I had a graphic I was going to show later, but you just brought up a great point that I just want to bring it up now because it relates. So there's this woman on Twitter that contacted, or Facebook maybe. Yeah, Facebook. Mike Rowe. Okay, I'm sure you've seen him. He's on TV. He's done all.
Oh, he does
jobs.
those. He talks about. He's trying to encourage people to get back into trades instead of trying to be uppity fucks.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Great guy. Also, he leans to the right. He's conservative. So this woman basically messages him saying, if you're involved in PragerU, I've lost all respect for you. Now, for those that don't know, PragerU is a conservative type, channel that covers stuff that happens with what's going on in universities and stuff, and how they become extreme leftist indoctrination centers and all that.
SJW bullshit.
Yeah, so that's what they do. They cover that. So I guess they interacted with Mike Rowe at some point and interviewed him or something. So this is the comment that he leaves. I think is just so good, because this should apply to everything in life. Everything in life. I'll read it out for you. The part that fascinates me, Jennifer, is the part where you assume your respect is something I might be craving. What happened exactly to give you the impression that people you've never met might care about having your respect?
Well, I agree with that 100%, and I could swap out a bunch of names right there and
that's
have it apply to what we're talking about today.
So you know exactly what I'm... Yeah, exactly.
I do.
But it's so succinct and it's so straight to the point, and that's actually, I believe, what a lot of people need to understand in this community is the fact that, we have created friendships through the internet, but there are other people that for some reason hate us but watch us, and again, for some reason, they think that their negative words to us or their disrespect or lack of respect somehow is going to affect us in real life. Oh, I got thumbs down. Okay. And is that going to make me commit suicide tomorrow? No.
It's a point of engagement, good or bad. It still counts as a point of engagement.
Well, to them, no, they're flailing at this point. All they're doing is flailing their arms. They don't know how to fight, and they're just trying to make any point they can. But it gets easily dismissed, and which is what enrages them even more, because they just can't put up a fight.
This brings something to my mind. Do you remember when Howard Stern was hot shit when he was still on the radio?
Yep.
And he got that huge deal with XM or Sirius Radio. I don't remember which. And he got the big paycheck because of the numbers of listeners he would have, right? So XM or Sirius equated, well, if he has this many million of people listening a week, we're going to get this many millions of subscribers who pay to listen to him, right? That didn't happen. They figured out that there's a big share of his listeners that were haters of his show that loved to listen to it, to trash him and to complain about it, who weren't willing to pay for the subscription service to keep listening. I mean, it sometimes what you think is, I guess, a clout measurement isn't necessarily positive. You know what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm jumbling it,
no,
but
it does. It does.
Yeah. So it's, if everybody, I just think everybody should just find their own little, corner on YouTube and make your own content, and don't worry about the people who don't like it.
Many of us have tried. Many of us have tried to do that. And, they task us. And sometimes you have to draw a line and say, okay, enough is enough.
Yeah.
This is too much, especially because, if you allow these things to go on too far, they, some people think they have the courage necessary to stick with, having doxed somebody. And that's not right. And as such, people like me will pursue them to the ends of the earth.
Well, Daniel makes a great point in the chat. He should be appreciative that you took out the trash for him, scunt, in parentheses, but has the nerve to post shorts about him instead when literally no one wants him back.
Yep, and I agreed right after saying, yep, Danimal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have noticed that. But, I don't know. I agree with you 100%. I'm not trying to be one of those rude callers that keeps popping in and out, annoying you.
I don't mind it at all, actually.
I
very much appreciate any interaction that people choose to have here. And phone lines or Skype lines are always open for those that want to, add a point. Even Joe Crone, I'd accept his call if he called in.
I would talk to him to clarify things if he needed some clarification and maybe reminders of what happened.
But perhaps I serve more of a better role as a villain for him, which is why he won't talk to me, because we know he's contacted Ken to be on episode 300 of Monetize This, but he never contacted me. He always made the claim on air. I never said nobody could call in. I was accepting all calls. But if he contacted Ken saying, "Yo, you should be on 300," but didn't contact me, which technically I did work longer or at least more years, Probably not cumulative, but that speaks volumes. And it took them quite some time. It took them months to actually finally say my name on air the other day when I fucking revealed that. So.
Well, I remember vaguely. I mean, my first interaction with you that one time in October when it didn't go great on the call after the second presidential debate, where I was kind of, overly emotional, as you say, like most women are, and reactionary. And, I was a bit ridiculous and not very good at communicating and debating. I'll be very honest. I was that way that night. And that was a breaking point for me for taking some space from his channel, which led to him thinking I was abandoning him, which I wasn't.
Wow. Meanwhile, this guy won't answer you for 2 weeks while you're literally there. Like, in my experience, it's like, dude, didn't you say you wanted to go live with me? Like, so that's fine. So you stopped talking to him, and that's
no.
You abandoned him.
This is the short, long version. I'll make it quick. So that incident happened on that call with you and JB, and then I got upset about it. And I just wanted some space. And I was getting a lot of hate in the chat. And at that point, I was already kind of like calling into Drew's show just on segments that were specific to content that I had knowledge on. That was how this thing started with me being on Drew's show. And around that time, I started getting to know Frank, and he invited me on his show as a guest person when he was short a person, which led to me being a regular co-host there. So I was already over in that area. Okay. So then this incident happened, and I sent Joe a private message on Patreon, literally saying, I love your content. That was overwhelming. I take responsibility. It was my choice to call in. I was ridiculous. I was reactionary. I was overly emotional. I get people's frustration about it. I take responsibility for my ridiculousness on that call, but I want the heat off of me. I just want to do my own thing. We're going to still listen. We support you. We care about you and wish you family well. But we're taking a step back publicly. So I'm turning the Patreon off because I don't want my name on the patron list to, create a stir. He replied back saying, I understand. That's okay. You do what you need to do. If you want to donate, continue donating. You can just, make a fake account and I'll know it's you. Wink, wink. And I said, all right, we'll stay in touch. Wish you well. Take care. So then within a week of that, he was shitting on me on the show and my name came up, saying awful things about me. And so I was disgusted. I didn't message him again. I just let it be, went on with my life, focused on other things, and things developed naturally, Dave, for me being more on Drew's show and Frank's show. I never left Joe's channel to go do those things. They were completely independent events, that overlapped. And so then at some point he stopped talking about me as much, and there was an air of civility, and I never really had a gripe with him for being mad. I understood it was his tendency to be, upset when people leave, whatever, that's his right. And so I didn't have an issue with him. And then there was that incident on Joe's show a few months back where he said something in the chat and I said, whatever, Joe, shut up. And he did not like my response. And I think I was a little snippy with him. I'll take responsibility for that. He calls in the show. We have what should have been a private conversation on air, whatever, where he yells at me and is a little rude. I stayed in my lane and stayed calm. He can say and do what he wants. I'm not going to judge or say how he should act, whatever. But I made clear, even in that call, Joe, I don't have an issue with you. I wish you and your family well. I wish you success in your ventures. I just want space and civil distance, So that calms down. And then that brings us to this incident with talking about the Gabby case. And I go, you know what? Things have calmed down. He hasn't said anything rude. There seems to be an air of civility. Sure, I will help go give him a timeline of the case if he really wants to cover it. And then I will leave the show. Like hang up the call. And I did. And so I don't know what to do with it, Dave. I mean, that is the whole timeline of when it went bad to now. And I don't know if people understand this. And people may think I'm full of shit. I actually care and wish people well. And it is not sarcastic. It is not passive aggressive or it's not an act. I actually am a nice person and wish people well. And if you choose not to believe it, so be it. But that's where I'm at, and I don't understand why Joe acts this way with me, but I really don't care. To him, I'm just a peon little former listener who doesn't matter, and that's okay. We never established a personal friendship.
I've heard some interesting theories that perhaps he was trying to either get back at Drew or get Drew back. Yes.
Agreed.
Either and or. Okay. So that is suspicious. Plus, here's the thing, Cora. When I was doing shows with him, whether it be Monetize This or Final Frontier News, he did not want to lift one finger to do any research. He wanted to rely on anybody else to do so. So I find it, I mean, it's kind of cheap in my opinion. At least I would pay for this, but like if I was him. But it's just like you're asking somebody who's obviously much more knowledgeable on the thing to come on to your show to explain it. But why? Because you never fucking made the effort in the first place to do the minimal research necessary to do this. I mean, like, this stuff's all over the news. This information's so easy to find. There's no fucking excuses for not knowing this shit.
And
but
you know
rather
what?
than fucking,
I bet Drew would have let him, if he asked permission, to play clips of what we said on Drew's channel to just share the information. If he wanted to be, lazy that way. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. So that's the backside of what really happened with Joe and I. That maybe people don't understand. I don't know if it helps people or not. And Joe, if you're hearing this, that's my perspective of it. And that's why I really have no personal issue with you and why I don't understand why you have one with me. So there you have it, Dave.
and he likes to try to make this, what's it called, about himself. But it's just like, there's a lot of people that work with him, whether it be me, Ken, maybe you, but we liked working with him. We liked interacting with him. We liked interacting with the audience. But it came to a point where it's like, but all you're doing is trying to create conflict here. And that's not what I signed up for. And I thought that you would, treat us different. And, just like I exposed earlier, is that he has that infantile sort of thought pattern where it's like, again, like you're 5-6 years old and, you treat the person you are attracted to, with
and maybe
contempt, I guess.
That's not, maybe it's just an act and he is a completely different person in his personal life. I don't know him well enough to say that.
Yeah, but he told us that he basically disparages people with what he considers comedy because he likes you. He said that.
Yeah, he's used that excuse before. When I did talk to him briefly, I'm like, why are you trashing me on your show? You know why I left. And I had intended to come back, by the way, Dave. But after that, I was like, nah.
Wow. You
and
wouldn't be appreciated anyways, to be quite honest, Cora. Like, I think I remember you popping into shows when Drew first, brought you in. Just like dropping, news stories and stuff and then like leaving. Yeah. But, that, obviously became a staple and stuff. And that's something that you're obviously good at. You do the investigative report. You do the reading. It's topics that interest you. And you've done this on Drew's show. You've obviously done a way better job than Baldylocks there. But fact is that, at least you come prepared. And,
Dave, he's my friend. And I'm on
I know, but you know that I'm going to shit on him at every fucking opportunity I can get.
Oh, boy. So be it. That's between you two. I stay neutral on it. But I just like to learn. I like to read. I like to develop my intelligence and become more knowledgeable about the world around me.
Joe Cronin would call that nerd shit, but he'll call you up for you to fucking talk that shit. No problem.
Well, you can't anymore because I'm done.
You're cut off, Joe. Whatever. You're cut off.
If he wants some articles or links, I can email them to him, but that's the extent of my offer.
You're still too kind, Cora.
Maybe so, but I don't know. I don't know. I like helping and doing behind the scenes stuff. I have no interest to have my own channel and be in the spotlight, even though people may think I do by calling you today. I just like working with people and creating something rather than being someone who is the focus, if that makes sense.
No, I totally agree.
I don't need that.
I also will publicly admit that women are extremely good investigators. Well, there are many sparrows in the community that are also female that contact me, and their work is exceptional, absolutely exceptional. And
our attention to detail is
it's the tenacity that you women have. And, just like a scorned lover, you're not going to let that motherfucker go. So they made a mistake, and they're going to fucking find out. So,
but I also think that like men are more adept to doing things like being in law enforcement and in the military and having to step in and take action without hesitation.
Well, yeah, proactive versus reactive. Proactive versus reactive. And that is, again, it's just biologically what we're made to be. But we each have our skills so that each of us can do our thing and fucking come together and kick ass.
I'll disagree with you about it being biological. I will say our current societal gender roles are cultivated to go that way. I mean,
they reflect biological realities. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying I think it's been cultivated in our society based on
No, I think it's only reflective of a biological reality.
I'll have to think about that.
Women are better caregivers. Why are there more women nurses than men? Because they gravitate to that because that's in their nature. It's in their, of course there's men nurses and stuff, but like women are just naturally better at doing that.
So you don't think it's the nature versus nurture thing here?
No. I think
that way because
this is nature. Because the thing is though,
okay,
but that's the thing though. When those stats get presented in I guess mainstream media, whatever, when people know those facts, know the distribution of employees, male to female and stuff, then if you want to try to create division, you're saying, oh, well, this is a construct of society. This is just a social norm that was imposed on. No, this happened because this is just how it is. Like women just naturally, do things better than men, and in certain tasks, and then men do things better than women in other tasks, and neither of them can be like, can they compete? Yes. But if you get naturally drawn to being, for example,
well, look at the difference.
A midwife.
Okay.
Are there men midwives? Well, I don't even know if they're called that, but yes, there are. But who in the majority goes to do that job? Women. Why? Because they're the best suited for that. Who better to fucking help usher a child into a world than a woman who knows how that shit works?
Yeah. And there are more men in positions of power like CEOs and leaders in organizations because I think you have to be more cutthroat.
No, women are very cutthroat when it comes to business. The thing is, though, that again, women just gravitate to other jobs. It's just no, but that's the thing, though. It's not an exclusion of the fact that there are women that are CEOs that are cutthroat and extremely effective at their work. But are they majority? No. Why? Because of biology. Because women and men naturally gravitate towards what they feel is natural to them. It's not a social construct.
Well, I disagree with the root of it, but I agree with you that is the truth of the matter. That's the case that women are better suited for things and men are suited for better things. So I'll agree to disagree on the root of it. But
that's the thing though. This comes like if you think about thousands and thousands of years in the past, to the point where we get to hunter-gatherer societies, right?
Yes.
Obviously, men having much stronger body strength, were more suited for the hunt, while the women who birthed the kids obviously were better suited to staying, foraging, collecting, gathering, all sorts of foods and stuff, and keeping the fire going and
preparing the meals.
Exactly. So the thing is, though, it's a balance. Like the thing is, though, could there be like, I don't even think at that point there was men doing, the opposite role or women doing the opposite role, although it's possible. The fact is, though, biologically, especially at those points where society doesn't exist, right? It's just fucking almost caveman style. Well, coming out of caveman. It's Neolithic.
Small
and
tribal
after.
groups that don't
Exactly.
even have organization.
They gravitate to, because survival is the ultimate fucking thing at that point. This is just right after the Ice Age ends. Big fucking like these huge fucking tigers and shit, and all these mammoths and shit. So like they gravitate naturally to what they're best at, what's gonna ensure their survival. So men become hunters, women become the caregivers, and each of them. That's the thing. That's the most important thing that these socialists don't want to fucking acknowledge, is that in this sort of situation, which is ancient before all these rules, is that without the other, they'd all die. They need that balance. And that balance comes naturally.
And today, people don't want balance. They want to muddle it all together and be androgynous, and it's fucking stupid. Everybody I know who's had a relationship that's been like, let's just say blurry, and there's no clear gender or gender roles, doesn't seem to work as well as the relationships that have definitive gender roles and like allocation of life
responsibility. Yep.
Chores.
You make a
it's
great
like my
point.
husband.
There's reports on this.
My husband takes care of all the finances. I'm terrible with math, but I am pretty intelligent. I'm just terrible with math, and I don't like dealing with it. I deal with other things. He deals with some things. Some of them are more feminine, some of them are more masculine, but we make it work. But there are clear gender roles in our relationship, and it works for us because we have balance and harmony.
But is that societally imposed, or is that something that you naturally gravitate to?
I gravitated to it because I was raised by a mother who's a ridiculously feministic SJW, let's just say, and I did not align myself with that, and so I modeled myself after my grandparents, who are more traditional and old school, I guess I could say, and I just saw the success in their relationship. And then career-wise, for many years, I worked in home health with dementia and hospice patients, so I was around a lot of older persons and couples, and when you get in those settings,
just as a side note, I'm going to have to speak to you for some tips, because I'm hurting for those.
Okay, happy to, and I can suggest some books as well. So in those situations, you engage a little on a personal level and ask, how are you? What can I do? And, have conversations to kind of build a rapport. And many times with older persons, they want to talk to younger people and give their advice about the world, their life experience, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, every conversation I've had of that nature with women, men, or couples together has been the success to marriage is knowing who you are yourself, taking care of your partner, and having balance in your relationship. And sometimes gender roles are mentioned, but it's understood that's kind of what they meant. And so between watching my grandparents' success, seeing my mother's not so success, she's on her third marriage, love her, but yeah.
Wow.
And all those conversations that, with these patients and their family members, I have cultivated an idea that the best relationship for me is to have one with traditional gender roles about 75% of the way, and then 25% of the way, maybe a little more modern, I don't want a marriage where I don't get to make a decision about big financial choices, or I want to be able to work if I want to work. You know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily think that your perception of traditional marriage excludes the opinion of the wife, because again, happy wife, you don't lose your balls. Mm-hmm. So obviously, and especially big purchase items, investments in the house and renovations and stuff, because women are always looking at the interior and looking on how to improve things. And, men are very capable of doing that. There are very successful men that are interior designers, but women naturally gravitate to that because it's a skill that they have biologically. This is not a social imposition.
It's a nesting thing.
Well, it's not fucking sociological. So I know you're trying to push some of that, but the fact is, in your fucking genes
50-50.
that you are better at this
50-50.
stuff naturally.
Yes, I agree. So that's why I am the way I am in my marriage, and it works, and I'm happy, and everybody should do it their own fucking way. I don't judge.
Yeah, but you found natural success by just being natural. by following your instincts, which are biological, and things just put themselves into place. And it's not like, okay, so women are supposed to be in the kitchen. Okay, great. But you know what? The majority of the best chefs on the planet are men, first of all. And second of all, why should a man not cook for his wife or his family and stuff, especially just to balance that out? First of all, like, not every day can someone just be constantly making meals, and it's just fair to share that responsibility. So, and plus, I love fucking cooking, so I love to cook for people. So, that sort of thing, I don't see that as a gender role at all, or anything that's like, misbalanced. It's just like, well, I would just see.
It's an interest.
I saw that in my family. Is this that one day my mom made food, one day my dad made food. And it was, alternating, and it was a balance, understanding, okay, well, I did this, and now they do that, and it's only fair because they've got other things to do, I've got other things to do, and we're just trying to manage these things in the best way possible. It's not like you are now, forced to do this role and constantly, slave away over the stove. It's like, oh, honey, you're feeling bad? Okay, you go take a nap. I'll take dinner. I'll handle dinner with the kids, and I'll get you something later or something.
It's exactly right. I don't know where we were going with this in the end, but this was a nice
we were talking about
conversation
gender
about
roles. We were talking about how
right.
things are really biological because we naturally gravitate to those things, and they're not as socially constructed as you've been convinced that they are.
Oh, well, I'm just saying I think it's more 50-50, but we can agree to disagree. But I agree with you about the end result of what it is and the reality of it. So,
all righty.
So to everybody who thinks Dave and I
I didn't make any fat jokes, did I?
And I didn't say you're an idiot or stupid either. So, Well, my husband called, so I should call him back. He's on the road coming home. That was a nice discussion.
That's a good wife.
All right. Talk to you later, Dave. Thanks for the time.
Well, thanks you for sharing your mind tonight or today on my channel.
We'll have to do it again sometime and talk about other topics when there's less important things to discuss.
Indeed. All right.
Okay, bye.
There goes Cora to be a good wife to her husband. And we still have more to review. Did you think I was done? Oh, certainly not.
And I don't get mad at you. You can take part in people slandering me and making stuff up about me.
Slander, you say? And making stuff up? Well, in fact, if you look at the screenshots that disprove entirely what you've said in the past, in fact, it reveals that you are making a false statement now. Isn't it, Mr. Cronin? For slander and lies? When Jesse and I, for example, tried to reach you. And there's much, much more. But let's continue.
And you just go, this is great. But then when I make a silly joke.
Well, a silly joke would be, why'd the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Or something like that. That's silly, stupid. You could say, I find that amusing. And put a picture of a moose. Yeah, that's silly. That's silly. But I want to kill myself. I want to Moderna myself. That's not really that funny.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a comedian. What the fuck do I know? What the fuck do I know? I don't know comedy.
Joe Cronin is an evil person.
I don't think anyone has ever... Well, I know Ken's never said that. I know I've never said that. I know Nikki's never said that. I don't believe Shannon's ever said that. I don't think Drew's ever said that. I mean, shall I go on? Like an evil person? I've been called evil. I've been called evil.
I can't stand victim SJWs.
Does that mean that you've basically broken every mirror in your house? Because that is exactly what you are, Joe. That is exactly what you are. First of all, you've got the Bostonian bitch attitude of, I'm a white savior. Bring me my black pets. I can talk and make myself look so great. But all these people, they're racist, they hate me, you know, I'm a scumbag, they lie and slander. Jeez Louise.
Like this. Anymore. Can't stand it.
Then don't talk about it? Oh, that's right. That would go right back into the joke that Jesse and JB tried to pull the other day about, well, they were referring to me in reference to Bullfrog. Well, sorry, didn't mean to say the name. Basically saying, oh, well, just turn off the lights if you don't want people to see there's light in your house, or there was some stupid analogy that just didn't work. And it was just so fucking dumb.
Victim SJW shit.
A.K. Joe Cronin Show?
Is off the page here.
Oh my God. So who are you talking about with the SJWs? I certainly ain't. I'm the opposite of that. I'm, you know, according to you, a right-wing, white supremacist, extremist, domestic terrorist. Help me out, people. What else can I fucking say that's part of the, you know, the common terms that are being thrown out here? I'm sure there's something else, you know, because we always hear it.
Unbelievable.
Is it weird? Is it bizarre?
Anyway, that's my long-winded answer to your comment. It's pretty simple.
No, that didn't seem like a simple explanation.
People are babies.
People are babies. Dave Rose has yet to ever waffle a mic into the wall. He has yet ever to punch through his wall and or break a gaming console. No, Dave Rose doesn't do that. Dave Rose is not a baby, certainly not an infant. I believe that you know, my intellect alone sort of indicates that, but you know, I also am over the hill, 41-year-old, and yeah, you know, I mean, there's that. Well, like, we could keep going here.
And that's about it. What are you going to do?
Well, what am I going to do? An hour 45 on this? Just this.
And the proof is in the fact that, you know, like JB was way more savage and not a peep about that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, JB wasn't even here and said anything. It's just fucking hilarious. But yeah, JB did kill me on Monetize This. He was funny. I was a little bit like, uh-oh. Like,
why?
I enjoyed.
Wasn't Dave Rose. I mean, you wouldn't have to worry about angering all the racist blacks or Hispanics or Asians or Arabs in your chat. Or the trannies that you are just so keen on supporting.
No, I want her to come back. But we buried that from happening, which is too bad. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. I hope everybody's okay, though. I hope everybody's going to be okay. I hope the people that hear the jokes that I make are okay. I really just hope you guys are all right, whether it's about...
Weren't you just saying that you really wanted to kill yourself just a while ago?
About the world, politics, wrestling.
No, Joe. No. You should not be talking about politics. Remember what I told you, is that if you're going to talk politics, I'm going to have to respond. I have to. First of all, you don't vote, but you tell other people about how they should vote. Or try to inform them about a political climate that you have no knowledge on. No. You want to let other people talk that are actually knowledgeable about the topic? Okay, makes sense. But in fact, it's just not a good idea to bring it up on your show because I guess if you've got JB on there, he might be able to talk a little bit about it, but he is not as informed as he could be. He's not ignorant, unlike you, Joe. But no. Please do not talk about politics, Joe, unless you have someone who's qualified to talk about it, because you're basically going to force me to talk about you. That's what you're going to do. I'm sorry. No, in fact, I'm not sorry. But no, the truth is, you're an ignorant motherfucker. And you have now influenced a lot of people, very impressionable youths, from your channel to be convinced of absolute socialist insanity. And community cop Dave Rose, as apparently the word is, or the deputy, as JB called me. Actually, I like that. Deputy Dave. Going to show that JB is much better at the thinking. But Deputy Dave, yes, well, he has to take action. Sorry. I mean, this is... and sorry. That's my... Sorry. Oh, my God. That's a Canadian feature, okay? That's a Canadian feature. And yes, blame Canada. Because that happens constantly. And I don't mean to apologize. In fact, I'm trying to do the opposite. But yet, every time I fuck up, I apologize. No. Stop it, Dave. Be more Yankee. But no, I don't apologize. I'm not sorry for this shit. I'm pointing out the facts, and it has to be addressed. And if Deputy Dave needs to do his shit, okay, Deputy Dave needs to do his shit.
Fun, ending myself in a campfire accident, whatever joke.
That would be a painful trip to the ER, but it certainly won't kill you.
Or joke, because I'm not funny or am funny or whatever it is. Whatever.
Well, you could say the same about me.
For whatever it is, I just hope that you're okay. I hope you can deal with I hope somehow you get over my humor.
Well, it's not the humor; it's the lack thereof. But again, Joe, I gave you the out. I said, just debate me, Joe. Just debate me. But that's the thing. If you won't even do that, show how superior you are to me, to even just be willing to discuss a topic that obviously is controversial. But and I gave you the possibility to, or I offered, in fact, I insisted on, basically having moderator that you choose and a moderator that I choose, so that we can ensure that there's a nice balanced conversation and that nobody either gets talked over and that, the balanced is achieved. So there's that, and I just got distracted. But that's okay, because let's just do this, because this is another clip that needs to apparently be reviewed. So, interrupting your regularly scheduled program.
Do you want me to kick the shit out?
Hold on. Oh, looks like that Scottish slug, Tab, has been up again making another video. Oh, how quaint.
Cora, do you want me to kick the shit out of him?
No. Hi, Ken. This is what I
Sure,
want.
because I'm going to Boston in a week and a half. You sure?
This is what I really want.
What do you want?
I want Joe to go on his merry way, have his show, do his own thing, and just leave me out of his shit. I tried to be nice and help him after
let
having
me kick
some
the
civil
shit out of him.
distance.
Come on, just tell me you want me to kick the shit out of him already.
Oh, so how quaint. Also, a new subscriber, Kenneth Fallhaber. I saw you in many chats. Not at this moment, because I'm managing the show, but don't you worry your pretty little head off. I will be adding you to the banned list very shortly. So, pointless in subscribing, other than getting alerts when they do work, but don't think for a second that you will be allowed in the Emperor's chats. After all, I am the first drama emperor, after all. Pathetic. But this title of the video of this title by this worthless Scot, who is just seething at the fact that the English crown continues to rule over their sheep-fucking nation, is called Foulmouth Ken being a white knight. And let's just look at this response here. We got Ken, who says, "Wow, this piece of shit works fast. My spot on your stream, or your live stream from an hour ago, already a video. Call me a white knight." Absolutely, Ken. You know why? Because you now reside at the penthouse in his mind, living rent-free, luxury fucking suite. You're getting the whores brought up. You're getting the fucking champagne brought to you. You're living it large, all on Tab's account, or should I say on Tab's tab? Is that funny, Joe? Well, depends if you like the dad jokes, but let's continue.
I hope you're okay out there. That's my message to you. I just hope you're okay. I just want you to be okay.
I want you to fix up your wall there because the holes in the wall are concerning.
Because in the...
Or at least just embed it. You know what? Have fun with it. Embed one of your broken mics into the wall. Make it look like it was smashed in there. You know, you can really work on the, the effect and stuff. And, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
In the end, it's...
Embrace it, Embrace it.
Supposed to make you laugh, not make you feel bad about yourself. You know what I mean? You're supposed to feel good. And if I didn't make you feel good, or if I made a bunch of people feel good and the person feel bad, well, that sucks too. Because I don't want to make someone feel bad.
Focus on the drive and not the pedestrians.
You know? I don't want someone to feel bad, for real. That sucks. That blows.
This is the Bostonian problem, is that they're always looking to try to look out for other people's feelings. Whatever happened to just speaking your mind, standing your ground, believing your morals, and saying, okay, well, I guess we don't agree, but like, oh my God, like one person out of 400 was upset. I better concentrate on them.
I want people to be happy they came on the show, or be happy that they're part of it, or to be in on the joke. I want you to be in on the joke.
Then please be a better comedian than Dave Rose could ever be, and just make better jokes.
I don't want you to be like how I feel, where I'm not in on a lot of jokes. I just am the joke. I am the joke. I'm a loser, scumbag.
Shut up. Stop it. Dude, this is just it's so bad. I'm a loser. I'm a scumbag.
Piece of shit, shitty father. You're going to come beat me up. I'm a bad dad. I scam people. I'm a scumbag. I have no talent. I dress like it's the 90s.
Well, you do dress like it's the 90s. Don't fucking... That you can't throw that in there. Okay? Okay? You can't throw that in there. You do dress like it's the 90s. I talk like it's in the 50s, but you you dress like you're in the 90s.
Balding. I'm old. I'm stupid.
I'm over the hill, dude. I'm fucking older than you. Apparently, once you hit 40. I'm 41, man. Once you hit 40, over. Just might as well fucking, like we do in Canada, just go onto an ice float there in the Arctic and just push yourself out to sea. And then when eventually it melts, you'll fall into the ocean and you'll succumb quite quickly. That's what we do with our old people up here.
I'm a horrible dad.
And you are old once you hit 40, apparently.
I'm a horrible person, whatever. Like, that's not really a joke. Those are like serious things that people mean, So I want you to be in on the joke. So if I made someone feel like I was literally attacking them and they weren't in on the joke, well, that's not much of a joke. So like I do feel bad if they didn't understand that. That's my only regret, I guess. But I just won't apologize for being me, being the guy who I feel like I'm supposed to bring real topics, real entertainment.
Wait. Real topics? You just said everything is a fucking joke.
And then also over the line, over the top, over the wall, dark humor.
Now you're describing Monetize This in its second golden age. Yes, that is what it was and what it was supposed to be and what made it so enjoyable. But you were just saying that Monetize This is all about fucking jokes.
And that's what I'm doing here. And if we can do that, and if you listen to Monetize This the other night, the amount that I shit on myself, that people shit on me and I shit on them was a lot. and it was fun as hell, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Everything Paul 3 said, can you imagine? You know all the things that Paul 3...
You want to see a shitstorm? Just check out Friday Night Fire, where me and Filthy... Well, I did a little bit with Filthy, but mostly with Chris, although Shannon got in some good stuff too. It was a shitstorm. It's shit raining everywhere, a shit a cane, just like fucking Jim Leahy says. And yeah, you want to talk... And we ended it amicably.
He said to me last night where he shit on me, and then JB shit on him, and I shit on him, and we shit on all of us. That was the style of the show. You know, and that's not... Some people don't like that sort of comedy.
Well, it sucks to be them.
You know?
But you haven't done that in a long time, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I left, and I watched a little bit after, and it's just like, why is this turned into such a shit show? You got way too many people on. It's all fucking jokes and comedy. It's just like, we don't want to cover what's going on in the world today. Even just shit like, oh, you know, SpaceX just launched this, or fucking, did you hear that there's an earthquake here? Or just like, oh, there was a riot at this place in the world.
And some people don't like that sort of comedy. Some people pretend they don't like that comedy.
See, I wish, because the thing is, because you're going so far into this now, Joe, it means that there are certain people, just like you say, some people, but you're aware of those people. I.e., you could name them if you wanted to.
But they love it if it's not about them. Right? Some people really love it when it's not about them, but when it's about them, oh my God.
Actually, I don't mind at all when stuff is talked about me. I mean, I review it, and hey, I acknowledge some stuff. You know, I talk over people, strong arm, all that shit. It's funny, and because again, I love comedy that's based in truth. It's also based in truth. So I can't fucking... Again, self-deprecating humor for me is the best. And, you know, I love it when somebody is willing to clap back and they come out with a factual point where you can't just, you know, ignore it, but it's just so fucking good that you got to laugh at it. It's just like, yeah, you got one in. You got one in.
But the thing that gets me is it's when it's a joke, you know.
Shannon's good at those. I liked her comment the other day. It's like, I said something, and she's like, and that's why his, like, if Dave got married, like his wife would die or something. Like, it was, I can't remember what it was. It was a good line, and obviously unoriginal Cunny, Chris, came in and almost repeated the same joke that she made, but regardless, she came in with a nice hard jab, and you can hear me on the fucking thing. It was a maniacal laugh because it was that good, and you know, she slipped the jab quite well.
You know what I mean? But tying this back into wrestling, Finn Balor hit Roman Reigns the other night with a gigantic candy cane.
Ugh. Okay, so he's moved on from the drama talk, although I've been told that there's more. So if somebody could send me timestamps. I do have to go back to this. Hold on. Somebody sent me something here with regards to the situation. Hold on, let's see if I can find it here. No, I can't. But yeah, there was more things that were said on this show. He's still live. Apparently, I believe. But, oh no, he went off air. So, yeah, there was a few more pot shots made, but I didn't get the timestamps on that. But I thought it was, necessary to cover what he discussed when it came to, everyone. And, the Cora stuff was definitely something that needed to be covered. And, it was great to have Cora here to discuss these things and sort of give her take on the entire situation, because obviously there was a lot of discrepancies between what he said and what Cora revealed. Also, just a reminder, Skype lines are open. Feel free to call in. Anybody and everybody. Even you, Joe Crun. And that's the thing, though. If you'd be willing to just talk to me, we can settle this stuff. I don't hate you. I don't want to see you, harm come to you. I'm going to call you out on your shit, but, like, if we can get things settled, then... just like with the new guy who's no longer being mentioned here, I don't have to go that route at all. I want to go back to talking about conspiracies. I'm forced to use that word because no one, like, when I say mysteries, it's like, oh, what do you mean? Like missing people? It's like, no, I want to talk about lost civilizations and breakaway civilizations, UFOs and antique Gravitic craft, military, black projects and stuff, cryptids, all that sort of thing. That's what's always been my desire. And, I am Mr. Consistent, so you can see this track record, whether me working with Joe, me working with Ken and Lucky. And then we broke off, did our own thing, and then Lucky broke off from me, so I did my own thing, and then we're here. So that's really what I want to do. I also want to do I want to go back to doing a lot more of Too Many Chefs. I want to get sorry, I can't remember his name now. He's the chef in the community, and I want to do more shows with him. I did one already. I want to talk about other topics when it comes to cooking. Maybe some new video game streams, because those are just fun. When you're chilling and stuff. And it's just cool interaction. Especially with Kerbals. That game is just fun to do. But that's what I want to do. I don't want to talk about the drama. Like, it's not my interest to talk about the drama unless I guess something is so off canter that it needs to be addressed. Because you'll notice this, I think, a lot in this community, is that people will say shit, and those people that were addressed won't say anything about it, whether because they don't have the time to do so. Thank you, J Diz. Gabe Rodriguez. I knew it was Rodriguez, but I couldn't remember his first name. Sorry, Gabe. But yeah. Hold on. J Diz says, I've enjoyed the Too Many Chefs stream. Make sure I've eaten before listening. Yeah, I need to work on creating I guess maybe I'll do a season 2 and then just revise it so that when it starts off, instead of the old disclaimer that I used to have about, this show contains violence and nudity. And it's like, and many people, called it out, which I thought was hilarious because that was the whole purpose. But it's like, but Dave, this is an audio show. There's no visuals on nudity or fucking all this shit. But, yeah, I'm going to have to add a warning in regards to you better have eaten before you've seen the show. You better not be hungry because we're not responsible. But yeah, that's the thing though. I'm good at doing drama. What can I say? I'm not going to fucking deny that. When push comes to shove, Dave Rose becomes the fucking tenacious bastard that he is, and he'll go until he decides to stop. And, well, we've seen the results. Speaking of the results, apparently hold on a second here. In about 2 hours, we're going to have supposedly a video from Lockjaw. That's right. Lockjaw apparently is going to do what he said he was going to do, which is rare. to release a video because C-Man actually called him out on this, saying, "Oh, are you going to do something about this because you made this video, or just do the same thing as you usually do and not do nothing, and or do nothing, I should say." And so he's been active. He made a video the other day saying "TikTok, TikTok," like, oh my god. But there's the link to what starts at 7:36, so in basically 2 hours. And yeah, I guess we're gonna see what happens. I mean, if he thinks that he can tussle, okay, that's great. But okay, I've got a few things in my back pocket. It's perfectly fine. We'll see. We'll see what he chooses to do. If it's illegal, well then, legal repercussions occur. If it's something comical or just reviewing me, because he made a video the other day. I guess he's been desperate to try to stay relevant, but Dave Rose gets punked on FMN for 9 minutes straight. LOL, Dave Rose. Dave Rosen pissed. Okay. But that's the thing, though. If pissed, maybe he means pissed like P-I-S-S-E-D. As in, you've either pissed your pants or you're, like the British say, you're pissed, which means drunk. Maybe that's what he meant. Not too sure. You know what? Let's listen to it. Why not?
Look it up. It is the best.
Friday was a fucking great night. I mean, I did like, facing off against Cunny. And look, the guy's fucking smart. He's talented. And I like interacting with him especially because of the fact that he can walk the walk and talk the talk. Like, and you guys saw it. We go back and forth, and there's no fucking limits there, and it's just fucking hard. And in the end, there goes another show. Great job, guys. Have a good night. Blah blah blah. No fucking problem whatsoever. I have a lot of respect for both him and Filthy. And yeah, we've gotten into verbal tussles in the past, and you might think that the talking shit is actually real and stuff. But in the end, I have high respect for both of those guys, and I appreciate the fact that they can tussle, they can verbally tussle, they can do what's necessary to fucking, carry things on, and it's impressive. Both of those motherfuckers they're New Yorkers. This is inbred into them, so it's actually I'm the one who's at disadvantage when facing against them. But regardless, a huge amount of respect for them. And yeah, I just like to interact with them and, positive or negative compared to what people see or think. I always enjoy my interactions with them and have nothing but the highest respect for them. But let's continue to listen to this here. Very odd, almost said the bad word. Or the banned word, I should say. Lockjaw, your perspective here on this video it's almost like spaghetti. It's like so wide and so thin. No idea what you're fucking doing there with your mixer. Or your
It is the best leather shiner.
Look, I
ever created.
grew up in the southern part of Italy as some
Google
fucking
it
like garbage scum, so I don't know about...
Oh my God,
Well,
he's
you
grew
would
up in
think
Italy.
mayo would
I mean, I don't
be-
know why you
Oh, is Dave Rose about to say the N-word? I hope so.
keep going to that. I really don't.
Because he's fucking Southern Italian. It's fucking weird. Yeah, and here's the thing, though. Me and Ken joke about this, is that both of our families are from northern Italy. And there is just this thing known amongst Italians, is that the Southerners are the swarmy or, hairy, sweaty, Italians and stuff. And there's constant bickering back and forth. And it's the same thing within Canada, where people from, I don't know, Ontario are bickering against people in Alberta or Newfoundland or something. Because you've got although they're the same sort of person, the same sort of citizen, there's the cultural differences that, again, cause these sorts of bickerings. And I mean, the best thing to do is look at, I guess, well, at least one way, is to take a look at the rivalries between different football teams, or what Americans call soccer. And you can clearly see that that rivalry comes from those cultural norms. Well, cultural, not really a norm, but it's more like just a tradition, I guess. Rivalry. There we go. That's a better word.
Little scum.
Dave gets on geographical racism.
I mean, yeah, it's like
Geographical racism, please.
Racism.
Well, actually, some people actually do. This is the funny thing. Some people actually do say that Southern Italians are a different race from Northern Italians. So, it's obviously untrue, but it's just a funny fucking meme that people do just to fucking trigger people.
No, it's a
Look, I also have to point out the fact that amongst Hispanics, South American Hispanics, there's always the shit talk amongst the different nations. Who's better? What country is better? What political system is better? Whose soccer team is better? It's just, and there's constant shit talk and shit. So, and plus you got the soccer hooligans and stuff that will fight, and the cops who have to fucking break that shit up. So it's common, especially amongst those of what's called Romance cultures, i.e. Rome, based on Rome, so Latin, French, Italian, Spanish, Romanian, Portuguese. Oh, let's continue.
an ethnic slur. Just accept it as that.
It's fucking
Okay,
fire. He
I'll
does the same
accept it,
things with,
but
he
it
does it with
doesn't
SC.
even bother me.
It's a,
This is another thing that people, especially, people who aren't experienced in proper comedy. And yes, I can speak to that because this stuff is actually popular. If you ever take a look at a Dean Martin roast, you're going to see people like Muhammad Ali, what's his name? Well, obviously Dean Martin, Don Rickles, Joan Rivers, Freddie Prinze Sr., all these people, and these roasts utilize a lot of what today would be considered racist comedy, which is really just pointing out the differences that there are between the races. But it's done in a manner that is obviously not malicious at all. In the 70s, they had balls. Also, they were doing a lot of coke. But if you take a look at those shows, those are funny, and you can see that they all love each other. They all they'll hug each other, kiss each other, and they're just making jokes. And it was accepted. It was, everyone understood what it was. It wasn't about hate. It was about love. And, it takes, obviously, a very ignorant pussy to not understand these things. So I definitely urge, and I'm not referring to you, listeners. Obviously, you know who I'm referring to. But I urge you, yes, I urge you, to check out a Dean Martin roast. What's Pryor? I can't. Why can't I remember his first name? Hold on. Yes, I'm an idiot. Richard Pryor. Sorry, Richard Pryor. He was on the show multiple times, and his jokes also today would be considered racist jokes because he was making fun of white people there and Hispanics and stuff and Asians, but everyone laughed, everyone thought it was funny, and it was not malicious. It was definitely something that is sorely missed, in my opinion, in comedy today, because now you have all these guardians that are trying to control speech, and they won't allow for anything that will hurt the feelings of someone who, like Joe Cronin, wants to be a white savior and thinks that he has to protect the ears of all those that might be offended. But let's continue.
So fucking funny.
And Chris is going, it doesn't even bother me.
I mean, I'm not from
Sure it
Southern
does.
Italy, so I mean,
Sure it
I'm
does.
from I was born in New York.
No,
like
your
that-
genetics indicate that you are.
But that doesn't bother
an
me.
inferior status.
Oh
no,
my
it
God.
should.
Everyone's
It
inferior to Dave Rose. Let's just face it.
Well, Jan, if you want to be honest, all signs point to yes.
Well, he has a pecking
It
order.
really doesn't bother me.
He has a
Man,
pecking
Dave,
order.
if you were a kid in my high school, I would smack you around so much.
Oh, no, now he's
Well,
got to go to the...
that is true.
Jesus
Oh, my
Christ,
God, now
man!
he's
You want
gotta
to talk
go to
about
the-
shit
Dude,
like
I would
that?
fucking kick your ass.
Oh,
I don't
here
think
we
you
go.
could.
And then
Dave,
outside
oh,
of
here we
school,
go.
I would
Dave.
fucking wreck you.
Here we
Dave,
go.
Wreck you.
Dave,
How?
How? I love this. It's just like Dave Rose is so intelligent, he could never have gotten into a fight. The scars over his eyes where his glasses were punched into his face, no, those could not have come from fucking fights at all. Dave Rose, no knowledge on that. But you know what? It's funny, though. It's funny. I talked about this the other day with Nikki on my Lazy Sunday stream. It's just, I was in constant fights in school. Constant fights. Physical fights. Not like words and shit like these pussies want to try to, make it out. Constant physical fights. And I lost, I got into big trouble with my family because people would always, again, this whole adage of like, oh, would you punch a man with glasses? Apparently there are a lot of people that will. So I lost a lot of pairs of glasses from that, and I got the scars from that glass breaking and the fucking plastic embedding itself into my face from that stuff. And that didn't stop me.
I would literally, I will seriously, and it's just God, I swear to.
Also, I do find it very comical you're going the Joe Cronin route and immediately going to your emotions. In fact, you probably are more emotional than a woman, Cunny, going immediately to violence when you are such a lyricist assassin that, of course, you could destroy me with a simple song and showing some intellect. But no, you got to try to act tough like the fucking greasy Southern Italian wop that you are. That just proves why you're so genetically deficient.
Good Christ.
What, dude?
Because I'll be honest, you
I
have more
love
money than I
Chris.
even know what to do with these days. I will pay. For
Well,
you
have you just considered actually getting some speech fucking training here? Because you're fucking sounding like a
Yeah, whatever. Listen,
Yeah, see, I might be drunk, but at least I can actually speak multiple languages, unlike fucking this fucking manja kick is what we call them up here in Canada. Just, fake Italian, You want to claim Italian, you can't even fucking speak. Parliamo italiano, signori? No?
I will pay you. I will pay.
I
Did
can't
he
believe you
really-
said that.
Did he really
To
just say
fight
that
me.
after
Yeah.
mumbles all
You'll
night
pay,
tonight?
you'll pay me to fight you, huh?
I will.
Mumbles. That is a good one.
I will
I'll
give
pay to meet you.
$5,000,
I'll pay
Call me Slurry, though. That's probably better.
to meet
and I
you.
will also pay to fly you here
See, this is a good deal, though. This is a good deal.
if you fight me.
Wow.
I swear to
Right.
not getting the
I swear-
vaccine.
I swear.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I forgot about that. Is the vaccine won't let me fucking get into America. I need to be double vaxxed.
won't be able to actually
My
get
money's on
I
Chris.
tried this with somebody already.
I will pay you $5,000 to come fight me.
Whoa.
I tried this
Well,
with...
I'd be down.
thing, though. I'm not getting the vaccine, and I'm certainly not getting the fucking passport.
See,
So I'm
'cause you're a pussy.
I'm
I
disallowed
just
for
want-
America.
Yeah, Chris is like, get the experimental vaccine just to come fight me. It's like, how about I don't get the vaccine and I still come to fight you? Like, come on, man. I could probably sneak into America through certain access points, but I'm not sure I want to risk that.
However, you, Yankee,
I
you-
would even give you half up front.
Okay, but hold on.
Ooh.
Think of it this way. I've been proposing this again for a while. We have a FMN meetup in Niagara Falls.
Yes, exactly. This is the smartest thing that anybody has ever been told in the community. Let's meet up all in Niagara Falls, Canada. We can rent out a little fucking Legion Hall or something like that. We could have a wrestling ring set up and we could go at it. Could be MMA, could be boxing, could be fake fighting wrestling. Could be anything.
It's Canada.
Plus, there's lots of casinos there.
Because Americans can easily get here, but
No one's going
Canadians
to
are
fucking
barred.
Niagara.
God damn it, Dave. You're way too fucking logical for this fucking planet. Come on.
In the country.
Why
So,
not? We'll get
and
a
if I
ring.
come to
Niagara
Canada,
Falls, I have to
you get,
phone you
your
over the
money
fucking
is
ramp.
worth
We'll
more
get a
here.
ring.
And the loser goes
Obviously,
over.
Actually, that's a good point. Your money's worth way more here.
Well worth
Loser
it.
goes over.
And the
Let's
loser's got to go over the falls.
You know what? Let's do it. I'm down. Should I be in a barrel or should I just try to dive off and hope for the best?
In a barrel.
Fucking Niagara Falls, man.
And listen,
Let's
the
do Niagara
losers
Falls.
got to go over the falls in a barrel.
I'm down.
All right?
Yo,
Chris?
no, fuck that. If I lose, I'm just gonna go head first. I'm gonna dive in. And be
I
like,
think he'll
"Fuck you,
jump in
bitches."
himself.
Well, drunk Rose is talking much more sense than sober Rose is talking. Yeah, I might as well. If I lost, okay, fine. Head first, baby. See you.
I'm offering you $5,000, Dave. I mean,
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Yeah, he's just not getting it. I'm not getting the vaccine, not getting the passport, certainly not fucking dealing with American fucking, border patrol. You need to be double vaxxed to get into America now, whether it be via plane or via fucking car. Nope, not gonna fucking do it. Sorry.
No, I can't get to America.
pay to
Why?
meet you.
Because I'm not
I'll
going to get
fucking
vaccinated.
pay to meet
which
you.
means they're not going to let me in unless I sneak in, and then that's illegal. So
Isn't that
you
crazy
guys
though?
come to
Honestly
fucking
though, think
Canada,
of it.
Niagara
He
Falls,
can't come
see
here
that
from
fucking
Canada
movies.
to visit.
Yo,
all right.
Yeah, Shannon raises a good point. I can't go to America, but Americans can come here, no problem. Something's wrong with that.
So if I fight you in Niagara Falls, I don't have to pay you?
Why not? Yeah, no, you don't have to pay me at all.
Yeah, why not?
And
Let's do
after I
Niagara Falls,
fuck up
baby.
your face, am I paying for your medical expenses? or not?
Yeah, are you forgetting the fact that my high taxes pay for my fucking, in quotations, free health care?
No, because in Canada,
Canada,
you
yeah,
know,
free coverage.
we pay enough taxes
He's
in
got
Canada.
free
all right,
coverage,
so
bro.
then when your face is all dilapidated after I'm done with you,
It's dilapidated, you dumb fuck. See, you you greasy wapdago. Can't even fucking speak English.
Dilapidated.
I don't have to pay your fucking bills.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. When I break your legs and leave you fucking
Never
crippled,
gonna happen.
you're not
Never gonna happen, please.
gonna fucking be able to fucking
They
pay
keep
for this.
upping
You're
each
in
other,
Canada.
like-
You're gonna
Yeah.
Also, just a reminder, this video is called, and I do appreciate Lockjaw for clipping this, just for me to review it, although that probably wasn't your intention, but you called it Dave Rose Gets Punked on FMN for 9 minutes straight.
I gotta
Help
ask this question.
Cannibal
But
Wait.
for the
hold
fucking.
on, hold on. But I think I'm holding my own quite well. I'm making some good statements. We still haven't heard the N-word. I'm not sure if it's in this clip, but this doesn't seem like I'm getting pissed on straight for 9 minutes. And, if you want to really consider it this way, I'm pissing on other people here too. So your lack of logic there, Lockjaw, questionable.
You
Can
know,
I ask a
the money you're
question?
owed.
I need a little details here, all right?
What?
All right.
This
the
is a
woman
serious
speaks
question.
What?
All right, Chris, how tall are you? Wait, don't answer that.
I'm
Dave,
okay.
how tall are you?
Why'd you ask that question then?
I want to know how tall you both are.
Why does it matter who goes
Because
first?
I just need to know. It doesn't
All right,
matter
say
who goes
5'10".
first.
I'm
5'10".
5'10".
I'm 6'1".
Okay.
Okay, so we take off 5 inches for the internet, so it's 5'5", and fucking
Shut the fuck
Ah.
up. You know what? Me and
How
you are
much
gonna
do you
fucking
weigh?
tussle,
How much do you
Niagara
weigh,
Falls.
Dave?
How about that?
How much?
Where-
do
How
you
much do you
weigh?
guys weigh?
Rack me, baby. Rack
How
me.
much
I don't
do you
think
weigh?
I don't think that'll work out well for you, Dave. So
Well, let's do it,
really
baby.
don't.
Let's do it and see how it comes out.
How much do you weigh, Dave?
165?
Oh my god, I would fucking demolish you, bro.
That's hilarious. So what are you, a fat man or something?
How much do you
No,
weigh?
I don't think so. Asshole.
I'm
Also, how many fights have you gotten in your life, Chris? Seriously. Especially people who are apparently smaller than you.
220
I'll
pounds.
fucking
Oh.
smack you up.
Screw
so
you.
Easy, break your
Yeah,
fucking
no.
legs.
Wait,
and I'm
wait,
gonna
wait.
Screw
put
you.
I have
into
220
mega
pounds
pain.
behind my
Wait,
Oh
I'm-
my
you know what?
god, you're
Fuck,
so
I'm
taller than
curious.
me.
What is your reach?
No.
You know what?
I'm in care of reach. I'm curious. Do either of you have fighting experience? Like, and I'm not talking
Absolutely.
down the street. I'm not
I-
even trained whatsoever.
Okay.
No, I have no.
There now I'm actually pointing out scars on my face, and some of them you can't see too well because of these fucking caterpillars on my head, so i.e. my eyebrows, which I guess I will need to eventually get worked on because they are kind of growing wild. But definitely nothing close to the SC Greasy illegal level of metrosexual grooming.
Well,
Yeah,
I
there
have
we
a
go.
little bit
I'm
of.
pointing out the
I
scars
did
right now on
Krav
the
Maga for a
video.
little
Oh,
while.
fuck
There,
off.
yeah.
Oh, my God. Jesus fucking
Actually,
Christ.
no.
But
this
I've
guy
fought a
knows
lot
what he's talking
street.
about. But
That's funny though. It's like, oh, how many fights have you been in? Shall I count the scars for thee?
you see that? I don't know if
Scars on-
he comes up in the camera.
Dude, I would power double both of you at the same fuck.
Yeah, were either of you ever hit in the head with a garbage can that was the old school garbage can? They were made of wrought iron. They weren't these round things that were like made of aluminum. They were made of wrought iron. And they were super fucking heavy. You'd find them in parks and shit. And it was sort of like a crisscross pattern. You ever got hit in the head with one of those guys? I have. Surprised I lived, but I'm still here. And yet somehow I have this intellect. So, I mean, how many IQ points did I begin with before? I guess maybe I lost quite a few from that hit. And that's still, it's still a sore point on my skull.
Fucking time. Are
Fucking
you
bottle
fucking
to the
kidding me?
face.
Listen, Nicky, don't get involved like that.
Head right there.
I think I know you're a bigot dude, right? You're like, well, how tall are you? You know,
Like 6'4".
I would punch you
Yeah.
straight in
Now,
the
Ed, now
You
take
would
away
not
fucking
do
5
that
inches
fucking
from the
thing.
internet.
Literally get fucking body locked, gable gripped, and fucking taken to the ground and titty fucked.
Well, that's kind of my
Yikes.
style, and that's exactly what I would do with Dave.
Actually, I want to quickly comment on what Connor said here in the chat. Is Dave 100% the type to turn into a spider in a fight and do a naked chokehold? No, I'm not much for. Well, I can grapple, but I'm not much for grappling because the problem is people are pussies. So you start to fucking take out their fucking hero that went against the loudmouth Dave Rose, and they then start to attack like fucking joggers in packs as animals. And I've had to basically be able to. Well, there was one situation, for example, where I grabbed two people by their hair and just started fucking kicking them and fucking kneeing them in the face and just tossing them around and shit. Because they wanted to both come at me and they didn't want to fucking fight fair. It's like, okay, fine. You want to fight dirty? Let me show you what it's about. And I won that one. Again, if you think Dave Rose isn't willing to fucking gouge your eyes out, bite your ear off, or fucking tear your face off, well, okay, good.
And
This
I
is
would just
just
literally
hysterical.
just pound on his
Knock you the
face.
fuck out.
And I've done that.
Because that's the thing, though. I talked about this the other day. Like, when I first came to Canada, I talked about, going to my babysitter who lived in the ghetto, and that neighborhood really was never high class. But I've grown up in predominantly black sort of neighborhoods and stuff. And yeah, well, there was a lot of ghettos there, and I held my own. It's just funny how people are willing to just listen to me, who's just so entranced with talking about conspiracies or knowledge, politics, this and stuff, and then just dismiss me like Dave Rose. Now, he probably never got into a fight in his life. He's just a loudmouth who's always been behind the computer. Remember, I'm 41 years old. The internet basically became commonplace in about 94, 95. And I'm still here doing the same thing. These people are ignorant. These people probably have never gotten into fights in their lives, or just have never faced anybody who, like myself, sees it the way it is. Let's continue.
Pretty much every fight that I've ever been in, physically, it's always gone to the ground, and
Well,
that's
then I
where.
look forward to fucking kicking your ass.
Well, actually, if it always went to the ground, you probably were dealing with a lot of pussies, or you were the pussy by trying to drag someone to the ground. A true fight is a strike fight. Simple as that. You want to be puss? You want to fucking grapple? Well, then, okay, sure, I'll choke you out. But that's just puss. That's just puss. That's not how men fight. It's UFC is gay. Why? Because you don't hump your opponent for 20 minutes until you fucking are finally able to get the upper hand. Because in real life, you do that, and his buddy's going to come up and kick you in the face, and then stomp you on your skull, and you're dead. Good luck, BJJ, when you're facing multiple opponents. Now, Krav Maga or Shtema, those are a lot more successful.
Yeah, everybody can beat everybody.
No, but I mean, Ken, you know.
And that's the thing, though. I don't talk about what I've learned, what I've trained, what I do. It's better that way. Why? Well, because I don't have anything to prove.
It'll be a battle royal.
You know me physically for real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've knocked out people taller and larger than fucking Chris. It's as simple as that. Like, size means shit if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're a pussy.
Tell me I wouldn't fuck Dave up.
I don't know.
All right, I have to
At least Ken is fucking smart here.
say, I think Chris
Dude,
would
we've
fuck
been
him
in
up.
fights together.
I know.
Well, of course, Shannon, the emotional female, obviously very scorned that I proved myself correct. Just can't stand it. Just can't stand it. And, has to slip a jab here and there and stuff. But let's just be honest here. Let's honestly be honest. Height and weight do not necessarily weigh when it comes to a fight. If you are efficient with your strikes, you can take almost anybody down.
I understand that, but
Yeah, the Warriors. Yeah, you were, clink, clink, Warriors come out to play. Come on.
Connor, I love fucking boxing. That is an art form.
Come on, get the fuck out of here.
No,
We're
like
leaving
if,
the fights. Get the fuck out of here.
if you guys were both equally skilled, I'd go with the bigger guy because like if you
Yeah,
got equal
okay,
skilled guys, the
that's
bigger
where you
guy's gonna.
fucking lose.
That's terrible, Nikki. I mean, how many fights have you gotten with people with people that were shorter than you? Because I find people that are taller and lankier much more easier to get around.
Lose big money, so bet against me there.
Well, no, but even,
Well, yeah, and again, if we do this in Niagara Falls, Canada, I mean, we could, well, technically here we could run bets and stuff. You're not going to be taxed by the IRS, Americans, so good chance for money and stuff. So, I'd say let's do it.
even look at the fight with what's his name, Jake Paul and fucking what was the other fucker?
Anything involving Jake Paul is fucking scam there, but
The boxing asshole.
Dude, any fight with Jake Paul is fucking already
No,
paid.
it was
I didn't even remember what I fucking said with this one. And this is what I'm talking about, people. This is what Mr. Consistent looks like. Dave Rose can't even remember what he fucking said in that drunken diatribe he made on that show. And I interject, add a little fucking snide remark, and then fucking past Dave Rose says almost the exact same thing. That is what Mr. Consistent looks like.
or was it? It was with Mayweather.
Dude,
No, it was with the Mayweather. But when you give up, no, I'm saying, but when you give up that much weight, it's really hard to. You just don't have the same knockout power as that. And the general consensus is if you have two equally skilled people, the bigger person's gonna win because it's just.
No. I'm sorry, Nick. No. It's the strike that fucking makes the fucking equalizer, not the fucking weight.
Like if he got hold of you or got you in like a fucking like a tie clinch or something, you would have to carry his weight, and that shit is fucking draining. Like grappling.
Look at Dave's face when you say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like if you have
so
like
serious.
220 pounds, you're fucking
No, my face is of incredulity because this is insanity here.
I love.
Fucking insane.
If I had my if I was on top of you, I'm 220 pounds, bro. You're not moving.
Well, I could, knee you in the balls for one, and gouge your eyes out, bite your nose, rip your ear off.
How do you know?
Again, also, what kind of faggot gets on top of somebody? Especially in a street fight. What are you, fucking a homosexual? You know what? In fact, I think homosexuals have better fucking, respect to actually have an upstanding fight than you.
Yeah.
I have 60
I'm like an ant, bro.
And again, the more important thing is, though, that's the strategy, is that you don't get taken down. You use strikes to prevent yourself from being taken down.
Oh, maybe he's like an ant. He can carry triple his weight.
Well, to be honest, I have a very high pain tolerance level. I've noticed that. I've been hit in the head. I've suffered stuff that I've been told, like, how are you functioning? Like that, how are you still able to work? Like that, you should be going to the hospital. You should be doing that.
He's like an ant. If you're wearing your leather shoes, maybe you can lift me up.
Maybe.
I've taken a lot of hits to the head, to be quite honest, and it just doesn't seem to affect my intelligence. And if it did, maybe it was in the thousands, because I have yet to see some sort of degeneration in my ability to cognitively function or utilize critical thinking.
I don't know, man.
You don't think I can slip out?
But wait, I have a.
That's another thing, is that if you're good, when it comes to the grappling, you know how to slip out of moves. Not the best at grappling, but I have done it.
Question.
No way.
I used to fight judo too.
Dude, if I get a hold of you, it's
What
over.
are the origin? Can I ask
break
a
your
serious
fucking
question?
Watch.
No, you won't.
What is
No,
the
I won't.
origin of
No,
the
I
leather
won't.
shoes?
Yeah, bro.
Are they
No,
Italian leather?
shoes.
The
No.
real, true,
They're
authentic,
imported from scumbag
imported
Italy.
from Italy Italian shoes?
He's got imported scumbag from
Or are
scumbag
they?
Italy.
Yeah, you got Italian imported leather shoes. You talking shit about Italians?
Yeah, I
Right.
can still speak more Italian than you can. You
I knew he was
fucking
gonna
wop.
say.
Well, that is true too. Yeah, Chris, you can't just watch Sopranos and think you know how to speak Italian.
I gotta fucking. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah, me and Ken though have been in fights together. That's not a lie.
That there was one bad one. I'll tell you that.
Were you wearing leather vests while you did so?
No, we weren't wearing leather vests. I was
It's a Warriors reference, Shannon. Please try to keep up.
probably wearing fucking polo. And
He
I
was
probably got
definitely
Was
wearing
it
a V-neck.
He was wearing a V-neck with a nice cardigan.
Polo?
I've had V-neck from.
Yeah, those are
I
good
actually have quite a few Ralph Lauren V-necks. Yeah.
C-necks.
I get the standard fit or whatever because it's like a different material. Yeah,
He needs a big crotch area in it.
It's like
Egyptian
that
cotton. I'm
You know
Mike
what I mean?
Lindell.
He
Buy
needs
my
the crotch
pillow.
area
Like
cut
those,
out like
was it,
There you go. So that's end of Lockjaw's clip there. We got another clip to play. I'm not going nowhere. Do appreciate you sticking with me. But let's just go quickly back to the chat. Derek Camps is there right now. Hope you guys are all having a great day and that perhaps I've helped your work day go a little smoother. But this apparently is titled this is from YR, and it's called Joe Shits on Our Friend
I don't really
Jacob
care.
RP.
You can talk shit about me left and right. I couldn't even care. You come in here and love me. I don't know, like Jacob RP. I love Jacob RP. He probably talking shit about me somewhere right now. But I just fuck it. I love him. Good, Jacob RP. Love you, dude. Say whatever you want about me. Say I'm a bad dad. I hate my kids, and I beat my wife. Like, say whatever you want, and then come over here and then be happy. I don't care anymore. You know, rather have you happy here than anything else.
I'm gonna vax myself. Okay, there. Okay. Let's see here. Back to the chat. Z the Reaper says, thank you, Dave. Connor says, Derek Hans, that's kind of what I liked. All the old school dirty tactics my trainers used to do the same thing when I was training and used the gi to choke or tug. Yeah, so it looks like a few people here also have experience in martial combats. And that's a good thing because we have a good perspective. And just a reminder, Skype lines are open for those that wish to call in. I've been having quite some fun here with all those in the chat and reviewing these videos, and do appreciate all interactions that we have. I do see Drew is around, so I'd actually like to hear from him. He's going live tonight, apparently. When is that going on? Since we're going to shout him out. He's going live at 10 p.m. Eastern Time with John Hinckley Jr. Unconditional Release. I haven't read into that. Oh, no, that's the guy who tried to shoot Reagan, I believe. And R. Kelly guilty. Justin Tucker kicks 66-yard field goal. So that's what you have to look forward to on Derailed's show tonight. And I don't know if Baldylocks will be there. But, you know, he doesn't ruin the show entirely. I mean, Drew's got enough people on the show to sort of improve that. But regardless. Apparently, Z the Reaper is a black belt in Taekwondo. Interesting. I've seen very cool displays made. And videos recorded, obviously, on the internet of people doing these board-breaking exercises at multiple levels, and it's Taekwondo, and these individuals, they leap into the air and they break 3 boards before they finally land on the ground, and it's super incredible. So yeah, that's very cool. Z the Reaper. Apparently, Jay Diz says, and Cora being Drew's cheese slave, which the Black Caucus does not approve. Yes, the Black Caucus has been actively fighting against any forms of human chattel or slavery in this community. And yes, they do identify and name the culprits when they find them. But also, we can't forget, people. Can't forget. Apparently, the video from Lockjaw will be airing soon. 82 minutes. The end of an era. The Rosenbaum. Alrighty. Well, I look forward to seeing that. It's got me smiling, looking good there on the screenshot. Again, I will send you that. Apparently, I got another subscriber. Again, it was Kenneth Fallhaber, so maybe it's a separate account, but guess what? You're still getting banned. You're still not going to get here in the chat. That's why sub-only mode has absolutely destroyed these faggots. And they're seething, raging pissed at the fact that they just can't get a word in. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. But 82 minutes until we see supposedly this big bomb. Oh, okay, great. The Emperor looks forward to it. And yeah, we should see. But even still, I remain here, and we have a few more things to discuss. And like I said, if you wish to call in, you are more than free to do so. Skype lines will remain open for a slight while longer. What else was there? There was something else that I had to cover. And unfortunately, I should have written it down because I am forgetting. But yeah, we covered a lot. I didn't expect to cover the drama that we covered today. But it is what it is. And it needed to be discussed. So, yeah, I'll leave the Skype lines open for a few more minutes before we wrap up the show. Basically, that's it. I mean, we've covered what I wanted to cover. I've advised everyone to look forward to whatever Lockjaw is planning to do. We've also got Drew going on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And, well, I doubt that many people here will be watching Monday Night Raw. But if you do, then be sure to numb yourself with some cannabis, maybe some magic mushrooms, or even some alcohol. Because, like, shit is garbage. Let me just go through the chat here as we're still here. See if anyone added anything that I should mention. No, just interactions with different people. Derek Khan says that he needs to get Skype. And you do. You do need to get Skype. It's a great way to interact with people. Let's see here. So tonight is Monday night. Tomorrow is Tuesday. And no shows to my knowledge planned. Wednesday maybe Insomniac. Livewire, but we haven't seen that in a while from Ken. And Friday will be Friday Night Fire. And my first full show as your FMN Nation champion. I heard some people got ripping pissed at Ken utilizing a belt now on his show. Oh, apparently Archnolia Strokelbean and Dr. Earl will be doing a show tonight. Why don't you tell us what time that airs? Just put it in the chat, or feel free to put the link if you wish. And we can help promote your channel as well. Unlike Joe, Ken and I are more than willing to promote other people that are either going on at the same day as we are or in competition with each other. And it's all good. Nobody is stealing from anybody else. Nobody is trying to cause problems. It's just those are the days you can go, unless you go. Well, I'm glad Derek Hans, he says, well, it was time well spent. I do appreciate that. So I'm thinking on that note, we might as well just wrap it up. I'm not getting any calls. And there really is not much more to discuss. Oh, Norlia is going live at 7 Eastern. So basically only 40 minutes. But yeah, I do appreciate every single one. Stupid hiccups. Every single one of you who have chosen to spend your time with us here today. Hope it was enjoyable. Hope it made your work day go a little quicker. Hope you enjoyed my failure attempts at comedy. And yeah, I'm sure we shall see each other real soon. But don't forget, tonight, Lockjaw apparently is live. So, on that note, I am your first Drama Emperor, and your first FMN champion, Devious Dave Rose. And I shall see you next time.